that lit, north to the mids. In my bag, I am the Balenciaga sponsorship. We smoking blunts, don't pass no clip. My house in the clouds, can you bring me back down, boy? I need it. Girl, don't trip, take a hit, take a flight to
playa, mujeres fumando. Mira, tírame blani, esos nalgas de mentira. Tan brinda, que chimba, colombiana linda. Siempre con los ojos rojos de Cali, con mi amiguita Mari.
my house in the clouds, can you bring me back down, boy? I need it.
Looks like I was having issues for a minute, trying to get it in order, trying to get it on track. Looks like it's a Wi-Fi issue off and on. But it looks like it is getting slowly better. Slowly but surely better. Let's see. Because we got a great topic for tonight. Shout out to all you guys that are here once again with Andre and Andre's Love Crossing Borders. All right, that looks a lot better. All right, great. All right, let's put some music on for this moment. Get your popcorns out, gentlemen. Get your popcorn out. We've been doing YouTube for 7 years this weekend. This weekend will make our 7th year weekend. Shout out to Love Crossing Borders. And we've had a lot of crazy moments / episodes over the years. But I'm here to tell you, there has been no episode as crazy as this one. I've got to put this one at least in our top 5 craziest things that I've come across that people have done, not only in Colombia, other states. There's so many plot twists to this particular episode. You need to hold on to your hats. While most content creators will look in this way at the Chill Chopper brother who was deported yesterday, 2 days ago, from Colombia, nobody was taking the time out to look at the other guys who was getting on the plane with him. One particular guy stood out to me because they had a red Trump hat on. We all recognize the Maga hat. On the side of his hat, he had 47, meaning the 45th president and the 47th president. And I was asking myself, okay, I know who the brother is that's getting shipped out of Colombia. But who's this white dude? And so I went down the rabbit hole. If you think the brother scenario is crazy, and we're going to recap that for those that weren't here yesterday. Wait till you hear the story of this crazy white dude, this Trump supporter, this MAGA, if you will, who not only threatened the black superintendent of the city in which he was in, and he said that he wanted to, well, let's let you hear it in his words, what he wants to do to the city council and his black boss after they fired him in the United States. And then he got on a plane, tried to sneak into some schools, plural, in Medellin. And when they turned him away, he threatened to delete the children in the schools in Medellin. And this is why this crazy dude, the white guy, with the red hat on the video, walking with the brother that most of you ignored is the real story that we're going to be following tonight. Shout out to all you guys that are here. Like I said, I made myself a cup of coffee for this one. I need to be alert for this one. This is crazy, man. This thing got so many plot twists. And you know me at Captain Receipts, aka Captain Receipts. I'll also have the white guy's video that he posted right after he landed. So as soon as he got back to the United States, we're going to hear what he had to say about being deported from the United States, how the American police have been looking for him. He has warrants out for his arrest, and what's coming down the turnpike next for this guy. Once again, while you guys are looking this way, Love Crossing Borders has been looking that way. Shout out to all you guys that are here. Let's change that music up. Get us some intro music. Yes, sir. Let me get some shout outs to you guys that are here thus far. We got 38 people in the building. Make sure you click that like button. We like you. Make sure that you like us too, man. We're having a great day today. Andre and I went to church this morning, had a great service this morning with the pastor and the rest of the congregation. We got about 4,000 or 5,000 people in our church. So that's a huge church. So, but shout out to our church here in Cali, Colombia. Shout out to Brother Will being the first one to support the channel. Appreciate you, brother, by way of PayPal for your support that you just done, as well as the super chat. Will says, blessings, Andre and Andrea, chat family and chat fam. He said, please support the channel, please, by way of Cash App, PayPal, and or super chats. This may require a follow-up. Great topic. Oh yeah, this is a follow-up, and I'm going to show you guys why this is guaranteed to be a follow-up. While you got all the YouTubers that are focusing on one thing, I'm telling you, these guys are doing something that they shouldn't be doing, and I'm going to tell you, they've already been deported. The question I have is, why are they still talking? What do you mean? Yeah, Chill Chapo is still talking too much. The white guy is still talking too much. We're going to look at how long are they being kicked out of the country, what they have to do in order to even come back to Colombia, and what some people are even suggesting where these men might end up going to. So yes, sir. This is going to be a great topic, and salute to you brothers out there. Appreciate you guys being here. Once again, we got 38 in the building. Appreciate you guys. Let me scroll down. So if you want to be involved in a good one tonight, you're at the right place. Shout out to my brother David Dice in the building of the Dice family. Appreciate you being here, Dave. And salute to you. I'm laughing at your next message, Dave. Hey, Dave, let me know if you got the email that I sent you with the video from the man cave that we did yesterday. And any of you guys, I sent that video out this afternoon. So let me know if you received your copy. If you didn't, I'll resend it again. Shout out to Dave. Said, oh, Lord. Now the crazies are coming to South America. Keisha, Pookie, and now the Maga. Yeah. The crazy Magas that be going up in there, deleting kids in school in the States, they're on their way to South America. Okay, here we go. What country has Trump been threatening over the last 6 months? That once he gets done with Iran, is going to be one of the next countries on his agenda. Colombia. Which country do Americans think don't know anything, don't have any technology, they don't know why we're going to visit there? It is third world. Colombia. In what country do these trumpeteers or these MAGA people feel they can put the feather in the cap of their president if they do something crazy? What country is that? Colombia. One of the reasons Colombians are turning people around is not just for the X trafficking. It's not just for the pay for play. It's because that there are so many crazies that are coming down from Europe, but mainly a lot of the craze are coming down from the States. White brothers, y'all gonna have to sit up to the front of the class tonight. Every time we turn around, white brothers, y'all do something crazy. Most of the time you see the brothers involved in something, it's got something to do with the ladies. White brothers, y'all been known to come to Colombia to delete women like y'all did with that female DJ. Well, let's put it like this, because I know how sensitive YouTube is. YT brothers. Like you did with that Colombian DJ in Bogota a few years ago. Now the one YT dude is sitting in the Colombian prison for 46 years. Every time you turn around, is y'all getting arrested in Colombia, not just sent back? And now y'all come here and going to different schools and threatening to delete the children? YT brothers, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Y'all need to have a come to Jesus meeting, seriously, YT brothers. Because this trying to follow your master, Trump is not everybody's master. I'll say this again, he's not everybody's master. He's yours. He's yours. So shout out to all you guys that are here. Shout out to Ahmad being here. Appreciate you, brother. You guys gonna salute to you. This is gonna be a real good show tonight. A real good show. Shout out to Kenny people. Yeah, Colombia is not playing it. Them days are over. I saw that back in 2019, 2020. I knew Colombia wasn't playing. Y'all thought Colombia was playing, and y'all thought dudes and content creators like me was crazy. Oh, y'all laughed at your boy. If y'all ever wonder if I and Andrea are having a I told you so moment, yes. In Ice Cube words, when he was on Friday. Yes. I am having a I told you so moment. Yes. We told y'all this was going to happen. We told y'all Colombia was coming for y'all. We told y'all was going to happen in Parque Lleras. We told y'all act like y'all got some sense. Act like some grown men. We told y'all putting too much on social media. Y'all called us crazy. You think I'm not going to soak this moment in? You think I'm not going to ride this out for the next 3 years every time y'all get shipped back and Medellin gets nicer and nicer and they bring more family-oriented tourists? You think we ain't going to ride it out and talk about we told y'all that Parque Lleras ain't going to just be pay for play forever in a day? Oh, you think we ain't having an I told you so moment? You crazy. Y'all laughed and talked about me and Andrea like we didn't know what we was talking about. Y'all treated us so bad for so many years. I'm talking about at least 4 or 5 years in WhatsApp groups and Facebook groups. Y'all still talk about us. Y'all talk about us so bad on Facebook. Y'all be making videos about me and Andrea on other YouTube channels. Don't know what we talking about. Oh, he don't know that much Spanish. I know enough to be here for 10 years and not get in trouble. I know that, man. Guess what? How much? I know enough to be in a country for 10 years and ain't got to have my wife with me everywhere I go. I can walk out this door right now and go any place, anywhere, and have a good time. For 10 years, y'all fluent in Spanish, and y'all steady getting kicked out the country. Y'all talk about us so bad, man. So if y'all think that we are not, for the next 3 years, are not going to have a I told you so moment, y'all out y'all rabbiting, man. Yes, we are. Shout out to you guys that are watching, all 11 of you guys that are watching over there from Andrea and Andrea's Love Crossing Borders. Let me hurry up with these shout outs because I see the numbers are growing. We're at 46 right now. We're going to hit 50 in a minute. So let me give a shout out to everybody. Greetings to my brother Tevin King. I'm glad you're here, Tevin. Shout out to you. Shout out to Chi-Mac for all the information that he shared with me as well to help me when it came to doing the research and the homework regarding this. Shout out to you. Shout out to my brother says greetings. Sunday evening. Yes, sir. Great Sunday evening to the chat. He said, always smash that like button on your way in. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to Bronx being in the building. Glad to see that you're here. He said, another Sunday, gents. Yes, sir. Another wonderful Sunday evening. And good morning to all the guys over there. Appreciate you guys that support us by way of Patreon. Make sure you click the Patreon button. Our goal for today is like at least 2 to 3 members joining the Patreon. We appreciate you guys. We got some new stuff coming down the turnpike that you guys are going to really, really enjoy. So appreciate you guys for your support. And good morning and salute to all you guys out there in Southeast Asia that are in Thailand, Philippines, that are in Malaysia. All right, let's try that again, gentlemen. I'm going to wait for a few seconds to make sure that you guys can see me. Let's try that again with the shout outs. Let's try that again. All right, because it's going to be a great show tonight. Let me scroll back up. I know Will says something else. Will says this. He said, Colombians welcome us, but he say, but they want family-minded. This is true. They want family-minded investors. This is true. And people that respect the culture. That's an excellent point. All three of them. Colombia is being strategic now with the people that they let in and the people that they want to come into the country. Family-oriented people, yes. Some of you party boys, not as much as they used to. I didn't say they don't want you here. I didn't say that they don't want parties here and having fun. But you guys are not the centerpiece anymore. Older families, older women, older men, families are coming down here. A lot more ladies are moving down here. I'm going to tell you something that's going to be one of my bold predictions for 2026, 2027. You ready? I'm going to change the music for this. I know I usually do the intro music for this, but this is very important what I'm about to say. And I thought about this. You know who's going to take over content creation in Colombia if y'all don't start acting like y'all got some sense? You know who is on their way to slowly but methodically take over doing videos in Colombia. If y'all brothers don't get it together. I'll scroll down to see if some of you guys have guessed. Who do y'all think gonna take over? Keisha. E-man, the white folks was already here. Keisha, the Passport Sisters. They're buying up more Airbnbs than you guys are. They're buying up more land. They're coming down here getting real jobs. You got Passport Sisters that have been here for 10 years that have been teaching schools. Passport Sisters. The content that they share is completely different than the F-boy content that we men share. That is my bold prediction for the White Walkers. Winter is here. And the White Walkers are here. And they're going to take over the wall. They're going to take over the wall. For all you Game of Thrones fans, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all keep acting up, posting booty bait videos, call yourself hosting parties with the ladies. Y'all, okay, if you think I'm lying, when was the last time you saw a Passport Sister black or white, get deported, get sent back, get turned around on the airplane because she had something in her purse that she shouldn't have had. I've been quietly following the Passport Sisters content in other countries for years. And I'm here to tell you, they are making moves in Colombia that you guys haven't even thought about. They're having meetup conventions. When they do tour groups, for couples and for ladies, for girls trips. Y'all do dudes that are whoremongering. Not all the time, Dre, not all the time, but most of the time. I'm telling you, you dudes are sleeping on the Passport Sisters. And so while you men are being kicked out, who's going to be here to make content? Dudes like your boy and the Passport Sisters. And you can laugh at me now. I'm going to say this again. You can laugh at me now. But I'm telling you, by the end of 2026 and much of 2027, that's who's going to take over the country. I promise you that. That one, I promise you. Because they're moving methodically. Are they getting smashed? Are these sisters getting some of these Colombian dudes to smash them? Yeah. You think these chicks coming down here being virgins in Colombia? Man, I see Passport Sisters off camera and dudes be slaying these sisters. But you'll never know about it on camera. You will never know who they're smashing on camera. These Passport Sisters go out on dates. They've got guys that are interested in them, the big ones, the attractive ones, the ugly ones, but they never put their business on camera. One of the few times black women know how to shut up is when it comes to what type of content they're going to put out. But as for you dudes, y'all think I'm lying. I just gave y'all something y'all can laugh at me and Andre about again. This is the new laughter. I want you to do us a favor. I want you to laugh at me and Andrea for what I just said. That the Passport Sisters are coming to take over Colombia social media because y'all didn't know what to do with it when it was in y'all hand as men. Can't put that one on the white man. White man been coming here for the longest, ain't said nothing. Kept it quiet. You see the white man on the video? He's showing you birds. Let's go bird watching in Colombia. Let's play golf in Colombia. Let's have a convention in Colombia. But at night, he doing his thing too. What's the difference? I've been saying this one for years. The problem with black men, we talk too much. We act like we ain't never been nowhere, we ain't never had nothing, and we ain't never did nothing. And it's coming back to bite us. And if you think you go zoom to Thailand and do it, they're going to crack down on y'all too in Thailand. If you think you're going to fly to the Philippines and do it, they crack it down. I've been hearing a lot more dudes talking about Kenya since Austin got there. If you think that they're going to let y'all come down to Kenya and act a fool, go on down there. Go on down to Africa. You know them African brothers ain't got no cut. Go on down to Africa. You think the South American brothers crazy. Go on down to Kenya and do some of this stuff that y'all been doing here in South America with y'all cameras. Sisters are taking over. I'm gonna tell y'all something now, right out the gate. I'm gonna start interviewing more sisters. I'm not stupid. I don't care if y'all stay around if y'all don't. I'm gonna start interviewing more sisters. Why? It's gonna be less of y'all around. I'm gonna say this again. It won't be enough of y'all around to keep these channels going for men. An all-male channel in Colombia, it won't work because it won't be enough of y'all around. You know why? Because when you had the power of media and could have put out any type of content for people to enjoy around the world, you fumbled the bag. You fumbled the bag. So if y'all wonder when y'all start seeing a lot more sisters on the channel and y'all want to leave, I ain't tripping. You know what? Who gonna start watching us? The sisters. The sisters. Just like they do lead attorney. Just like they do Dennis Sperling. Just like they did our late brother St. Kevin Samuels. The sisters. And I ain't got to shit. Kevin Samuels didn't have to kiss their butt in order for them to watch, did he? Dennis Sperling didn't need to kiss their butt for them to watch Dennis, did they? What about lead attorney? You ever see lead attorney try to sugarcoat stuff for the sisters? Never. And they always did to support them, aren't they? You know why? Because as men, we keep fumbling the bag. I would suggest, this is my number one suggestion for content creators in Medellin, just abroad. When it comes to dating and mating content, I suggest for about a good year or two, no matter what country y'all go to, I suggest y'all shut the hell up. Half of y'all putting out content, you don't even know what you talking about. Now, I know y'all gonna say, Dre, you don't know what you talking about, man. F you, dude. I got you. That's why I'm laughing at y'all now that y'all getting kicked out the country. Y'all been saying F you, Dre, F you, Andrea, for almost, we've been on 7 years this weekend. For about 5 of those years, y'all laughed at us. Y'all not invited to the cookout, to the Colombian cookout, Andrea and Andrea. Okay. Y'all didn't invite us to the cookout. Now that everything is on fire and the barbecue is burning, we glad we wasn't invited. And there are a lot of other content creators that I've talked to on the phone that they're glad they weren't invited to y'all cookout of debauchery. I know some really good positive content creators here in Colombia that do some amazing things and some amazing content. They may not get all the views that y'all get with the booty bait videos and trying to show pay for play. But guess what? They ain't being deported. They ain't being deported. Shout out to all you guys. Let me get to the shout outs. Show some love to you guys. I kid you not, man. I just want to say that moment because that came to my mind earlier today. The women are going to take over. Once you guys have been purged, watch how many women content creators in Colombia blow up. All the consultations y'all were doing, the sisters going to take over. All the trips that y'all were putting together, the sisters going to take over. All the annual events, the sisters are going to take over. And whose videos are going to blow up? The sisters' videos are going to blow up. In Colombia, in Brazil. Y'all, half of y'all still scared to go to Brazil because of that situation with Floyd. The sisters going to take over. White dudes and already took over the content in DR. Y'all don't rule DR. Black men don't rule DR no more. Days are done. White dudes are still ruling the content. The white dudes that were doing content before y'all came down to Sosua and tore it all up, them white dudes right now, their channels are still going and blowing up. And I'll watch them, so I know how long they've been doing it because I've been watching them way before y'all went to Sosua. And it's gonna be the same thing here. White dudes, brothers with common sense, and sisters are going to be the only ones that's going to be making content in South America. Think I'm playing. Let's go back to the shout outs. Yes, sir. Let's go back to the shout out. He says this once again. He said Colombian welcomes us, but they want family-minded investors, people that respect the culture. They don't want extra drama that they have to also deal with from their own people. They got enough drama. Absolutely correct. He said, get some act right, some old school act right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And David says this with the $5 love. He said, thanks, Dre. He said, I did get that. Okay, cool. That man cave video. He say, side note, will Maga dude acting up? Okay, cool. I'll send that over to you too. I kind of figure you'll want this one too for the night. Acting up on Trump is a UFC event in America. Not a care in the world. Yep, not a care in the world. Good point. Let me scroll back up and just give shout outs. We got 54 in the building. I don't want to hold you guys up tonight. Let's get ready to get to the topic. Let's get ready to get to the topic because we've got so much to go over tonight, guys. Shout out to Andrew being in the building. E-Man. So I won't be able to read everybody immediately, but I'll read everybody later. Thanks again to T-Mac, man, for all the help and information that you've provided in regards to this topic. Shout out to Mr. EMT in the building. Glad to see you're here as well. Let me scroll back up, make sure I got everybody. I got Ronan. Let me make sure Don, aka Don D. Don JP is in the building. Glad to see you're here as well. Let me scroll back down, make sure I got everybody here on this side. Scroll down, Dre. You got this. Got my man Bean in the building. Appreciate you being here, Bean. Appreciate you this wonderful Sunday evening. Oh, this is going to be a good one, Dre. Andrew, this is going to be a good one, brother. A good one. Let me scroll down. Yeah, I froze for a minute. I kind of figured that, but it was a Wi-Fi issue. It's starting to get a little better now. Shout out to my man Derek being in the building, Mr. Weave himself. Glad to see that you're here. Let me scroll down. Oh, we got Blade Runner doing something right tonight. My dude in the building. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And my man Cortez, along with what? Black Chairman here? What? Oh, yeah, we got a good one. You guys are, yep, you called it. Passport Sisters. Yep. The Kakishas. Yes, they are. Let me scroll back down. Make sure I got everybody in the building. Got my man Devin being here. He say some of them are getting kicked off the plane before they get there. Yep. Yep, the Passport Keishas. You guys called it. Shout out to my brother Jay Fleming, my brother. Jay Fleming, Mr. California himself. He said, maybe I need to start creating content. All you guys that got common sense, you should. There's going to be a void. There's going to be a major void once all these Pookies that are making content are gone. So there's going to be a void in Medellin. There's going to be a void in certain parts of Colombia, certain parts of Brazil. And they're going to be looking for the positive dudes. I'm telling you. Okay. I'm going to tell you the success of a void. I want to change the music again one more time. The success of a void. There was a brother here in Colombia. He had a YouTube channel and was doing great in that channel. Want to change the direction of his content, and he did. It became very successful. I don't need to change the music. It became very successful. And because he became very successful, when he maneuvered, he left a void. Another brother stepped in, filled that void. And he blew up. He put in the work. He did what needed to be done. And he filled that void. Who am I talking about? Ace Live, 700,000 subscribers. Started in one direction with his content. And as we could tell, he took it in another direction, didn't he? Left a void though. Check and effect came. Hey, I'll do the hard work. I'll fill the void that Ace left. And he did it in a positive way. Check and effect. 600,000 subscribers. One has bought a house for his mom. Another with his money has bought his own house since they filled that void. So when I say there's going to be a void out there, and many of you guys can feel it, there's going to be a void out there looking for positive content creators in Medellin. The ladies are already running with it. White guys and a couple of Latin guys are already running with it. Shout out to my brother AJ. shout out to brothers, shout out to other Latin brothers that are out there that are putting out positive content. But I'm telling you, it's going to be a void of a lot of content creators. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Y'all think this one content creator is going to be kicked out of Colombia? No, it's going to be a few dudes banished into the outer darkness. I'm telling you. So shout out to all you guys, man, that are thinking about starting channels. Start it, man. Shout out to my brother being in the building, Mr. T himself, T-Pat, that is. Shout out to my man Self Mastery in the building representing. Glad that you're here. Oh, we got 63. I need to shut up now. We got Jay Anderson the Great. Glad that you're here. Let me scroll down a little further. I'm almost down to the bottom, but I got my brother Bobby Coltrane who's saying, thanks, Drake, for the video. I hope you enjoy it, Bobby. I hope you enjoy it. And we got our Canadian brothers in the building. Yes, sir. Shout out to Canada. Shout out to Canada.
I told this guy where I was from. He said, oh, Canada.
Yes, sir. Black Nubian is representing Canadian guys and all you other Canadian guys out there and all you Detroit guys representing. Yes, sir. Let me scroll down, make sure I got everybody else because I do want to get started with this topic. We got quite a bit to go through, and I'm telling you, it's got so many twists and turns on this particular plot. It is crazy. Shout out to my man Tron being in the building. Glad that you're here, brother. Tron the Don. Glad you're here, brother. Peace unto you, brother, and peace unto you. Shout out to my man More Time being in the building. Glad that you're here as well. More Timer being in the building. Glad that you're here. Mortimer. Did I pronounce that? Mortimer, correct. Mortimer Sharp. Shout out to you. Yep. Ace in chat. Good call. Good call. You called that one, brother. Absolutely correct. Good call. Shout out to those brothers. Absolutely. Shout out to those brothers. Absolutely. And the last one we're going to look at is my brother Andrew at the bottom. He said, hey, I have too many emails to clean today. He said, sure, if you send the email to that. Should I resend the email today? Oh, the man cave email. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. I'm gonna write that down. Let me write that down so I won't forget. Send it to you, Andrew. No, wait a minute. I thought I sent it to you today. Yeah, I sent it this afternoon. I sent it in a bulk to a bunch of you guys. So if they got it, you definitely received it. All right, let's get started, gentlemen. Let's change the music up and we can get started with this particular show because this is going to be a doozy, bro. This is crazy. All right. Enough of hearing me. Let's just get ready to get started. Because we got videos and articles to go over. We got receipts upon receipts.
People, it's your boy, man. I'm back again.
Now we know this is the brother that got deported. We're going to look at his scenario first. It's
a movie. Red carpet, the lights on.
I'm here to make a special announcement. Those of y'all that follow me, you already know what the announcement is.
The entity had been tracking him for several months after detecting that he was offering packages.
All right, so he was offering tour packages, and they said that they had been following this brother several months, not just 1 month, several months.
In which it included assumptions, tips for evade controls by immigration authorities, and promoting women in Medellin as attractive tourists.
All right, so we're going to see. We've seen the video. The brother's been kicked out. It was all over YouTube. Shout out to my brother Aaron and Passport Bros, who did a a video from Thailand yesterday in regards to some of the things that he remembers about Colombia and some of the things that you should and should not do. Shout out to him. But on on Instagram today, my man Chill Chopper said certain things. We're going to hear what he has to say. Like I said, this is not the time to be talking. This is not the time to be talking. But on Instagram, he still pleads his case. Shout out to my man, I'm collecting data in the building. He says this today, just 19 hours ago. He said, when I post the facts and the paperwork, we will see what everybody has to say. So he said he has facts and paperwork. It's all in ink, signed by their officials. Now, remember, for some of you guys that don't remember, this guy, well, we're going to go through this first, and then we're going to talk about one of the major reasons why he was deported, that he's trying to defend right now. Now, mind you, I have nothing for or against this brother. I don't know him. I've used some of his content. So for the most part, it was always positive from what I've seen. But in the eyes of Colombia, they say that's not good enough. So it's not my judgment call that matters. So once again, when you guys hear me talk tonight, it is not because I have any biasness towards this young brother. He says it's all in ink, signed by their officials. The headlines and paperwork don't match. Wait for my next video. So he says he has a video coming out, but the white dude who we're talking about tonight, he already came out with his video. So I got his video tonight for you. So the crazy Maga dude, hey, you know I'm coming with receipts today. But somebody responded to him. Somebody responded to him on Instagram and said, clearly, from the first time I saw his videos, he was giving advice on, I'll say, intimate tourism side. He was profiting off it. Good riddance. So, and somebody else toward the bottom of the screen, as you could tell, they say this. That's the same way I took it. So guys are saying that they looked at this brother's content, and for the most part, they took it as intimate tourism. Even though he was telling them how not to get drugged, how not to get robbed, he, based off of what these guys are saying and what they're saying on his Instagram. Now, these are clips from his Instagram, just 21 hours ago, just 17 hours ago. Let's continue on. So he responds. He say, tell people to watch their drinks is evil, I guess. He say, in any event that I promoted were at the request of the Colombian business owners of the club seeking my help promoting their venues filled with adult women who are working legally and violated no laws. That's what he's saying. Now, my man Aaron said yesterday that he's had business owners, Aaron of Passport Bro Movement, he said he's had business owners come to him before. Let's continue on. Content creators. Oh, let me go back. Let me go back a little bit. It says content creators have ruined every few years a new one gets ran off. That's true. So far, it's never the positive content creators. It's always the dude that kind of like is, walk that line, walk that tightrope between being a good content creator, but then want to hang out with the pookies. And I'll say that again. One of the biggest mistakes that I see guys make is they want to be good content creators, put out good content, but they want to hang out with the pookies all the time. What do we say about a woman? Birds of a feather flock together. If her girls are 304s, guess who's going to be the next 304? We say that, don't we? If she hangs out with 304s, she'll be the next 304. Don't we say that? Then why doesn't it make sense with us men when it comes to traveling? if you hang out with Pookies, you promote Pookies, you assist Pookies, you might be a positive dude, but you will still be seen as a Pookie. And you can yell it from the mountaintops that you're not. But Colombia, Thailand, Philippines, and DR and Brazil they don't care. If it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it must be a duck. And these countries are tired of you ducks. I don't know why y'all think that they aren't. I don't know why y'all think this is gonna last forever. That's another thing, man. Y'all creepy, man. You should have been here before the pandemic. We tried to tell y'all all to come down here, enjoy yourself before the pandemic, but you didn't. But then you came down here afterwards, you got drugged, you got robbed, you got scammed, you got hustled. And then y'all throwing money in the air. In DR, all on the streets throwing money. In Colombia, in Cartagena in the streets throwing money. In Medellin in the clubs throwing money in the air for no reason. Prices of everything went up because of y'all. The content creators with positive Colombian content got drowned out by you Pookies. If you walk like a Pookie, you talk like a Pookie, we don't care what you have to say. You are seen as a Pookie. Let's go back to the content. Says this. Blue says this. He say, what is crazy, I remember seeing him give advice regarding skipping the airport line coming to Colombia. I remember that too. Something tells me that the eye of the government, something tells me that the government has eyes on him. They already said that they have been looking at him for several months. We just watched a lady in migration say that they have been watching this man for several months. Not just one, not just two, not just 5. Several months. Could have been 6, could have been 9, could have been a year and a half. Let's continue on. These are contents. I mean, these are comments that he's responding to over the last few hours. Another brother talking directly to him says this. He said, you pride yourself in helping save tourists from being drugged and robbed. So I guess that we should give you, and this is a Colombian talking. I translated this into English. I'm gonna say this again. I translated this into English. This is a local Colombian talking directly to him. You pride yourself in helping and saving tourists from being drugged and robbed. So I guess we should give you an award for community service, right? A real saint. Seriously? Please. All you've actually done is promoting and facilitating intimate tourism, which is a cancer for our city. Once again, this is a local talking. It's because tourists like you that our city has degraded so much. Go be a pig in your own country. You are not welcomed. For all you guys that are fluent in Spanish, well, this is how the Spanish people here feel about some of you guys. Not all guys. I'm not going to say that. But some of you guys, and too many of you guys, this is the sentiment of many Colombians. Many Colombians. Once again, he says, wait for my video. I'll speak on everything soon. I have all the proof I need. Doesn't matter. This is the funny part. When I say that black men don't know how to shut up, I mean that. We don't know how to shut up. I'm going to tell you something. Your proof means, let's say he's 1 trillion% right. You know what the Colombian government has the right to do? Kick you out their country, even if you're right. How many times has Trump kicked Americans out of America and sent them to the prisons in El Salvador? Once? Twice? More than 3 times? Every time you turn around, is there not an American citizen being picked up by ICE? Being held, lawsuits flying everywhere. Have America not just grab people and just kick them out with a steel-toe boot in the name of ICE? Put them on planes and sent them back to Colombia, back to Venezuela, back to El Salvador, back to Ecuador, back to Honduras, back to Mexico. Has America does that? Has America ever put anybody on a plane and just sent that plane on its way? Oh, America's done that? Then why do we think other countries won't do that to us? We created all this brand new way of just putting somebody on a plane and kicking them out. What makes you think that what's good for the goose is not good for the gander? So I don't care how many receipts this brother has. Colombia says this: you can't come back for 5 years. And here's the kicker. We're going to look at the article. Colombia also said this. Here's the kicker. Colombia didn't just say you can't come back for 5 years. Some of y'all think that they just said that. Colombia said, if you do come back, you have to apply for a visa. You got to apply for a visa as if you're landing in Thailand. So he can come back in 5 years, but he has to have an approved visa from Colombia. How many of y'all think that visa gonna be approved? I don't. So he can show his receipts, but all he's doing is showcasing that he's another black man talking too much, doing too much and talking too much, doing too much and talking too much, doing too much and talking too much. I talk a lot. How much do y'all hear me talk about Colombian politics, the Colombian people, the Colombian women? If y'all hear me talk, what do I put on the title? Do I put Colombia? What do I put? Foreign women. Foreign women versus America. How to date a foreign woman. Are foreign women becoming westernized? I talk about all the women in the other countries. You don't be seeing me putting no title with just Colombia on there all the time. Every blue moon, yeah. Most of the time, I got enough sense to put foreign women on the title. Have y'all ever seen me do a pay-for-play video? Ever? No, never. I talk a lot on this camera. Off camera, I don't talk as much. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much proof this brother says he pulls out of his rabbit's hat, his top hat, if you will. Says this also. This him in the comments still talking. It ain't even been 24 hours, still talking. It ain't even been 24 hours. Just shut up. Here we go. They say that he organized parties for pay-for-play. Colombia has kicked out gringos for the exact same reason. The response is, how do you not? This how grimy a lot of dudes are. They've already said one of the reasons he was kicked out of the country, one of them, 3 reasons why the brother was deported. 3. T-Mac already mentioned one. We're going to look at the article. T-Mac already mentioned one. First one was the parties. The pay-for-play parties, allegedly. And I'll say allegedly because I don't know the brother. I never went to any of his events, never heard of his events. So who am I to say something about another brother's events if I don't know what I'm talking about? Certain areas I know to shut up. So I'm saying allegedly. Number two, which I do know because I saw that video when he was telling people to put their arm in a sling and pretend like they were injured or act like they were in a crutch, and then they could be able to do certain things at the airport to get through the line faster. Well, Colombia, who have been following him for several months, came across that footage. He only said that like 3 or 4 months ago. Remember, guys were complaining about how long they were in the line in Medellin for 4 hours. Well, he was like, well, if it were me, I would do this and that. So he told you guys to do this, right? That's one of the reasons why he got kicked out of the country. Look at the comment section. Instead of learning this how much Pookies don't, this how blind Pookies are. This man just got kicked out the country for one of those reasons. And what is Mr. Ayo or Ayodel say? What does he say? How do you skip the line? DM me with that information ASAP. Now, maybe he was just being facetious, but maybe he was being serious, because most Pookies will still ask, hey, dog, I heard you talk about skipping. Could you tell me how you did that? Even though it got him kicked out the country, these Pookies still act up. Will says this. He say, America borrowed Petro from the U.S. because he made derogatory comments on American soil. I remember that. I remember what he talked about. American soil, telling troops to disobey Trump. He was only allowed back to negotiate with Trump. And I remember that. I remember all that. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Right here. Here's another one. Kate says this, and if I'm not mistaken, Kate is a local as well. Kate is a local as well. Yes, they did. That's why his ass got deported and can't come back for 5 years, and according to the article, without a visa. He said, and I really think that he got off easy. And she says, I think that he really got off easy because of if a Colombian does that in the States, they will first go to jail, meaning detention centers. Then deported and never allowed to go back to the States. That's why I'm surprised that they allow him to come back in 5 years, but with a visa. Gringos think that they could come and do anything here and there will be no consequences. El Parquilleros, or the Parquilleros, was not like that until, and I can't lie, when I first came, it wasn't like that. It was a place where you could have fun. It reminds you a little bit of like a little mini Vegas, Las Vegas Strip. Not with casinos, with just so many clubs and places to eat and so many people. You could just people watch all night long. You could drink all night long. You could have fun. They had a little bit of ladies of the night out there, but not as many. You could meet regular women. Kate ain't lying. Said until gringos start to come here. A 304 will always be a 304 in Colombia. And any part of I can't see the bottom part, but you guys get my drift. My man DJ says Pookie's always trying to skate uphill. That's a good way of putting it. They never want to do things that is fair to others. Will says this, that was wrong and not his place. Are you still talking about the military thing with Petro? I can agree with that, but we passed that one. I agree with you on that one. He said America's always kicking people out. Always. This is true. Say chill content always talked about the pay for play openly on social media. That's the point. That's a good point, Will. He put that chick all out in public. I don't know what chick. So see, you guys in Medellin know more about his content than I do. His content was disrespectful. So you guys would know. So that's why I'm kind of glad that you guys are here to give us a heads up. He said, Andre, he said this, Andre, have you ever, Andre, have you know that, or have you known or know that when brothers go to any of the European countries, we never heard anything bad from them because they know how to be quiet. That's one thing I can say. When brothers be going to Scotland, you don't be hearing their business. Brothers go to Germany, you don't hear their business. The brothers that's over there in Poland, you don't be hearing their business. You got to search for their videos. You don't hear their business. They know how to act. They ain't over there acting like pookies. He said, but when brothers come to South America, it's a big L. Absolutely correct. Shout out to my man, Lifetime Lessons or Life Lessons. He said this, make pay for play illegal and they won't pay. These dudes will still come to Colombia and pay, even if it was illegal. That's the crazy part. Once again, now we're not going to spend all night going through this, but I just wanted you guys to see the conversations that Chapo is having with his audience right now. So like I said, it hasn't been 24 hours yet. It hasn't been 24 hours yet. And instead of just keeping on the low, I ain't gonna lie. Let me put it like this. I won't lie. Many of us remember I always say we who are in our 50s are the first generation that was raised by single mothers in the Black community. Prior to us, 80% of Black children were raised by their mother and fathers. We're the first generation of single mamas. Everybody came after us. We're the first generation that was mass amount of baby mamas. My mama, your mama, a lot of y'all mamas was in the middle of divorces or never got married. So it is what it is. What's one of the things our single mothers taught us that a lot of men don't know how to not do, or a lot of men do? My single mama taught me, and I had to get past that. And your single mother taught you, and you're going to have to get past that. Getting the last word in. I found that there is nothing wrong with letting somebody else get the last word and walking off. I did not learn that from my single mother. Most men I noticed that are raised by single mothers, we gotta have the last word. We're just like the women. We always talk about women gotta have the last word. No. I see too many of us men, I just sit back and I watch us, and many of us gotta have the last word because we learned that from our mama, our single older sisters, our aunties, our female cousins, the ladies in church, our female co-workers. We learned the art of we gotta have the last word. That's what Chill is doing right now. Instead of sitting back the first 24 hours, gathering his thoughts, gathering his receipts, getting ready to do some interviews on different channels down here, what does he do? Within 24 hours after Colombia has spoken, he got to get the last word. He got to get the last word. Fellas, some of us have to learn there's nothing wrong with walking away and let somebody else have the last word. Let somebody else be cussing and fussing while you walking away. Let somebody else be irritated while you're walking away. There's nothing, you didn't lose. I'm gonna say this again. Because we let the other person have the last word, I had to learn that does not mean that I lost. That doesn't mean that I lost. There's a time to be quiet. And that's what I mean. A lot of brothers don't know how to be quiet. Once again, they're responding to him. Still, many more gotta go. Talking about these type of content creators in the Pookies. Great job, Colombia. That's right. So they stop exploiting our country and our women. That's another Colombiana or Colombiano speaking up. So the Colombians are on his page. And they're letting him know, the Colombians in Medellin who have been following him, they didn't, believe you me, these people didn't just go to his channel for the first time. These are people that have been watching him do this stupidity, waiting for the government to do something. And now that the government has done something after several months of investigation, these people are dancing in the streets. You know how Trump always talking about we help this country and they're dancing in the streets? No, what many of the Colombians are doing, they're dancing in the streets. Every time a Pookie with a camera is sent back to the United States. Said they should be vaccinated. The GOAT says this, shout out to the GOAT of Travel. He says this, the guy been here since 2022. Man, he's giving advice as if he arrived in 2007. As if he's been, did I not say that a couple days ago? I said that it was funny that it was just 3 YouTubers in Colombia when I got here. Me and Andrea, I am Marwa, Ace Live. Wasn't nobody else. Wasn't Life with David, wasn't no AJ. All these content creators, wasn't no sisters down here. No, it was one group of sisters. They were 2 sisters. They were airline stewardesses, and they traveled the world, and they stayed in Colombia for about a good 6 or 7 months. And then you had the one sister on Instagram. She's been teaching here in Colombia, and I like her content. She's been teaching here in Cali, and now she teaches in Medellin, and she teaches English, and she's been here 10 years. So it was a couple sisters. So I'll push it up to maybe 5 people that were here. Then after COVID, it's like everybody came down here and they have been professionals, as if they've been living in Colombia and came here doing with the Peace Corps back in the 90s, as if they were part of the military that came down here at one point in time. I mean, you swear that these people been living here forever in a day, ever in a day. But at the end of the day, these guys are starting to realize that whatever facade of I know everything that these guys try to present, shout to Blade Runner with the $5 love on the Cash App. If you ever notice, my number one take, and I've been here going on a decade, I don't know everything. That's probably the number one thing that I tell on this channel. Me and Andre don't know everything. Hey, I depend on J. Clyde, T-Mac, Will, AJ, and other content creators in Medellin to keep me corrected. I'll reach out to them before I'll say something on camera about Medellin. I've got brothers in Barranquilla. I call them and reach out to them. Even if I'm in the middle of some of you guys have done consultations with me. Have I not grabbed this phone, called somebody that's in Medellin, or call somebody that is in Bogota or Barranquilla to validate what I'm about to say? Do I act like on consultations, I know everything, you must follow what Andre and Andre says, or you are wrong? I don't. Even during consultations. I'm not about to sit around and act like I know everything about every country. I know enough about South America, quite a bit about Colombia, a lot more about Cali, but there are still new things that are developing around Medellin and Barranquilla and Cartagena and the coffee regions that I'm still on learner mode, just like you guys. But these other content creators, they got packages for y'all. Come down. Have y'all ever seen us do a vacation package? What about for the Afro-Colombian event? Some of you guys will say, Dre, you need to do an annual vacation pack. You guys said this every year for the Afro-Colombian event, man. You always taking guys down there anyway. You always pick people up from the airport. You always show guys around anyway. Why don't you just put together a package? Never have we? Never profited off of you. Just share the information, don't we? But these dudes will come down, these pookies will come down here and they will have you guys fooled into thinking they know everything. T-Mac says this. Shout out to T-Mac. He says, amazing that how many YouTubers and foreigners complain about Colombia while when all they got to do is stay away. That's a good point. That is a good point. If they don't like Colombia, all they have to do is stay away. No one forces these. And I saw you on I've been. It's kind of funny. T-Mac, I've seen that you've been on a tour on YouTube live streams over the past couple days in regards to this topic. Because I've been on tour just watching dudes give it a commentary. I don't say much of anything. I'll sit back and I'll watch. And you give your commentary, excellent commentary. And I've seen you on a couple of channels over the last few days. I don't live in Medellin. Who am I to run off at my mouth? Sometimes it's good for Andre to sit back in the cut and learn. But since T-Mac lives there, he can give more commentary. And he's absolutely correct in regards to this. He said Colombia doesn't need to change to make Pookies happy. That is an excellent way of putting it. And Andrew says, to piggyback off that, he said these Pookies have the same arrogance as the AWB, the average black woman in the States. Can't stand both of them, honestly. That's a good way of putting it, brother. That's a real good way of putting it. Real good way of putting it. Let's go back. Let's scroll back. Like I said, this brother that got locked, that got deported, he's not even the centerpiece of our show tonight. We're just laying a foundation with him. He's not even the centerpiece of what we're going to be talking about tonight. So if you guys think that we're going to spend the next 2 or 3 hours talking about this dude, we're not. We aren't. I'm going to let some of these comments just fly, just go on by. One person said this. He said, I guess he not retired from the U.S. no more, huh? He said, we're about to see him posting about Ish in DR now. And another guy's response to that, he said, but I think that he'll be more welcome in DR than Medellin. Then somebody else say, no, not sure about that because DR is cracked down big time. So he won't be hitting DR. And let's slide by this. This is his Instagram of how he was putting together packages. This is one of his Instagram pages, Unseen Medellin, luxury travel concierge, and the things that he offered in Medellin. And that was his email. There you go. Let's keep scrolling. Let's keep it rolling.
The influencer who'd been living in Medellin since 2022 just got put on a plane home. He called himself Chill Capo. 42 years old. Built a following giving advice to foreigners coming to Medellin, some of it shady, some of it flat out illegal according to local news. He was promoting parties and meetups with clear signs of sex tourism. He was telling followers how to fake leg injuries or get fraudulent medical certificates abroad just to get.
And that's another thing. He was doing that. He was telling people to get fake medical receipts from a doctor or from somebody in the medical field that they can use with their travels so they can get through the immigration line faster. He did say that. This is not something that I'm speculating. This is what I literally heard him say. I know, right? He got deported off the pastor pick. I know, right? Father Goodbye. That's his name, Father Goodbye.
Get wheelchair access at Rio Negro Airport and skip the thorough immigration checks. After an investigation into his activities in the city, he was deported Friday night from Jose Maria Cordova. He can't come back for 5 years, and after that, he needs a visa.
All right. So that's him even on the national news. So this wasn't done undercover. They're making an example of this brother. I don't care how many receipts he comes with. He's on the national news now.
One of the most...
And the woman that's the head of immigration, her name is, let me get her name for you. Her name is Gloria Esperanzo Arero. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Ariado. She is the head of immigration, and she is cracking down on everything. So let's hear from her. And once again, I'm laying a foundation for the white dude and the craziness that he's done. So keep your popcorn available.
Important milestones of our management in Migration Colombia in 2025 was the rescue in record time of 17 girls, boys, and adolescents linked to the ultra-Orthodox Left Tahoe sect. 9 of them had Interpol yellow circulars. The operation was carried out in coordination with the ICBF, the Eastern Military Gaula, and was executed in just 9 days. An even more outstanding result if compared to the permanence of the sect in other countries, more than a decade in Canada, around 8 years in Mexico, and 2 years in Guatemala. This rapid action made it possible to immediately protect children and adolescents and to make progress in dismantling a structure identified for human trafficking and abuse in different countries. In doing so, the Government of Change reaffirms its commitment to defending the rights of children and adolescents. With regard to immigration control, this year more than 3,000 foreign citizens who did not meet the requirements for entry into the country were refused admission, and nearly 250 expulsions were carried out for violations of immigration regulations.
Hey, Jay, I noticed. If did nobody else notice, Jay, I noticed, brother.
In addition, we have stepped up the offensive against sexual exploitation associated with tourism and human trafficking. With the inadmissibility of 150 foreigners, mostly U.S. citizens, for these behaviors in the fight against human trafficking, we consolidated the Freedom Application, a key tool where we achieved more than 68 victim rescues. In the last 6 months, operations of international scope stand out, such as the rescue of a victim of sexual exploitation in the Dominican Republic. That of a girl subjected to forced labor after being deceived in Argentina, and the release of more than 20 compatriots who were victims of scams and forced labor in Cambodia. In terms of regularization and protection of vulnerable populations, we launched the PEP Tutor, a measure aimed at the legal representatives or guardians of Venezuelan boys and adolescents holding a temporary protection permit.
So she works hard to protect women and protect children. And it looks like they work with other countries to make sure that this happens. That's how serious she is about protecting women and children. And if she needs to turn guys around at the airport, or because they picked my man up, my man on the screen, they picked him up at a club. I'm going to say that again. They didn't pick him up at his Airbnb. They picked him up at a club in Parque Aires, if I'm not mistaken. They knew exactly where he would be. They've been following him that closely, that long, to where they knew where he was that particular day and that particular time. And they knew where his Airbnb was because they knew exactly where to take him. Grab your ish and get out of our country before you get a chance to blink. Before you get a chance to say why. ¿Qué? ¿Cómo? ¿Cómo? ¿Qué? Will says this. He just put a target on the people with real disabilities. That's true too. That's a good point, Will. I didn't think about that. Now they have to go through red tape, knowing because of his effery. That is so true, brother. I didn't even think about that, Will. That's a really good point. This guy can still be arrested because he's telling folks how to avoid countries' immigrations. That's tampering with the country's security measures. Absolutely correct, Jamon. Absolutely correct. That's reason number 2 why he was kicked out. And reason number 3, we're just going to surpass the article. He overstayed his visa. He wasn't even supposed to be in the country. That's what he's fussing about, saying on his Instagram page, I've got the receipts. I've got proof. I'm going to show it on my video next time I go live. Okay, we're gonna do a reaction to that. Because since black men don't know how to shut up, because no matter how many receipts you show, it ain't gonna mean anything. But since you gotta have the last word, we're gonna watch it. I want to say this again. Since black men who know that you've already lost, it's not like Colombia is gonna let you back in after you show your receipts. But since like many of us raised by single mothers, and I'm not saying that he was, we as black men, like black women, we gotta have the last word, right? We gotta keep on talking. We can't just go somewhere else and keep it pushing, or even talk to our supporters in private. There are things I talk about to Will, Jay Clyde, Jay Fleming, T Mac, and a bunch of other guys that are in the comments in private. I got stuff I talked to O'Shea Duke Jackson, shout out to him, in private. Richie Mack, in private. Dennis Sperlin, in private. Everything that we talk about to each other as men does not need to be televised. So if he really wants to get that off his chest, just talk to the dudes that really care and let them know what's going on. But to get the last word globally, all you doing is going to be giving us content, bro. That's all you're going to end up doing. He's going to end up giving us content. Let's continue on. He says, facts, brother. He said, I have to carry my documents because I have legitimate disability. And he's saying facts to Will. I mean, in Jamon's comment, he said, because I have a legitimate disability, but fools like that make other people suspect. So the people with disability, this dude is making look bad for them. David says this. He said, I don't know that lady, but I support and stand with her. Protection for the kids is a must. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. And Dre says this. He said, Andrew says, I feel insulted by dude. He said, I have actual medical, and there we go. You other brothers, actual medical insurance and check up through Pilar. Pilar is one of the ladies down here in Colombia that assist a lot of guys that's coming down. If you got any type of medical issues, I'm telling you, Pilar shows you guys some love. Now, she is a Colombiana who speaks full English because she used to live in the Carolinas. Really good lady here in Cali, Colombia, and she helps so many brothers, man. I don't care if you got something going on with your intestines or your liver. I don't care if you got some questions about your kidneys. I don't care if you're going through knee aches. I don't care if you want dental. I don't care if you're going through migraines, whatever it is, and you don't want to pay American prices, but you want to get it checked out while you're here in Colombia. I'm telling you, Pilar will hook you up at a fraction of the price that you will pay in the States. She has people flying in from the Middle East, everything, bruh. She's on her job. Considering how good Colombia medical system is, that was dumb. Absolutely correct. Making it look bad for everybody else. Shout out to my man Kang in the building. Kang says this. He said, I told guys, AI and flock camera surveillance in these countries is becoming very, very advanced. Guys gotta get it together. Get it together, man. And I'll tell you one of the things that you just remind me of, Kang. And I mentioned this before. Shout out to D Kirk in the building as well as my brother LJV, Southern Vegan. Guys, Bogota has the most cameras in the airport in the world. Over 1,100 cameras in one airport. And they've always been number one. If you think that there aren't cameras dude, when you get it, Will can attest to this, and T-Mac, you could be driving. You good. There's an app that you go look at. You got a ticket a week ago. When I get a ticket. And you look at that, and it has a date where you need to come pay it by, and so forth and so forth. It wasn't a police officer that pulled you over for that particular one. Sometimes they do, but many times you just get information on an app or in your email. There are cameras everywhere throughout Colombia. I don't know why people think Colombian people are backwards hillbillies. People think, and I mean this, Americans think that everybody's country is hillbilly but theirs. We all think everybody's country is hillbilly. We think France are French hillbillies. We think Africans are African hillbillies. We think people in South America are just South American jungle hillbillies. And we talk to them like that. We treat them as such. We don't think that they have people that we have seen hundreds upon hundreds of people get their cryptocurrency stolen after they get scoped, don't we? We've seen hundreds upon hundreds of people lose their bank account. They said, man, I got drugged and I woke up and all my money was gone in my bank account. Hundreds have it. And still to this day, y'all think people in Medellin are stupid and they don't know how to crack your crypto wallet. They don't know how to crack your bank account and crack and use your credit cards. And yet they do it every day, every time y'all get drugged or robbed. I don't know why y'all think Colombians and Brazilians and people in South America, because y'all see them and y'all see like they kind of like the buildings look like old school buildings. And so you're thinking like, oh yeah, they're small town. They simple minded. They don't know nothing. These are simple country folk. And y'all don't realize how advanced Colombians are. We got IT people in the States. So do they. We got tech conferences in the States. So do they. We got cloud engineers in the States. So do they. The criminals count. They count on the fact that y'all think Colombians are hillbillies, so you will let your guards down so they can send girls to drug you and rob you. They count on you thinking that Colombians are simple and stupid and they don't have degrees, they don't have education, and they don't have advancements and promotions. They count on you thinking that they're stupid. So you will let your guards down and get robbed, drugged, scammed, and hustled every time. Every single time. My brother F. Tanner's in the building. Shout out to you, F. Tanner. Glad to see you here, brother. He said, you know, there are other options, not being a degenerate. Absolutely correct. And I've been saying that for years. Dude, how many of y'all have heard me say two things? Y'all just heard me say this for years. Two major things. Don't leave America, because I need you to stay there to keep the American dollar strong. I am not an advocate of telling Americans to leave America. Y'all ain't gonna never hear me say that. Y'all will hear me say, stay there. Don't you leave. I'll take advantage of all these tax breaks and benefits out here. Don't you do it. Stay there, go to work tomorrow morning. Don't I always say that? Number two thing, what do I always say? Don't come to Colombia. Don't come here. I will preach this continually. Do not come to Colombia. 98% of y'all are not made for this country. This country is not made to make effery safe. You need a country where you can be stupid and it's safe. Brazil ain't that country. You cannot be stupid in Brazil and it's safe. You cannot be stupid in DR and it's safe. You cannot be stupid like y'all want to be in Kenya and it's safe. You cannot be stupid in Colombia and it's safe. That pisses y'all off more than anything. Colombia will not allow y'all to be stupid in Pookies and y'all don't get drugged or robbed or scammed or arrested or deported. So y'all get mad. You can't go to Europe and be stupid and think it's gonna be safe. So now y'all run to Thailand, Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, and y'all think y'all can run there and be stupid and feel it's a little safer. And it is. I'm gonna say that again. Y'all feel safer with your stupidity. See, most of y'all don't talk about how safe it is just to walk down the street in the Philippines just on a safety purpose. Y'all don't talk like that. No, y'all talk about the Philippines as if it's safe to be stupid and I don't have to worry about getting drugged or robbed or this or that when it comes to being in the Philippines, right? Same thing with Thailand. Y'all feel like I can be stupid as can be in Thailand with all the ladies and all that, and it's safe. I can wake up the next morning, my wallet is there, my computer is still there and everything, right? And it's true. The only truth about Colombia is it ain't true. You cannot come to this country and be stupid and think it's going to be safe. It's not, it has never been built like that. I can't do it. T-Mac can't do it. Will can't do it. We're talking about some good dudes. And a lot of you guys in the comments, great men. And you've discovered one thing. This country is not made for stupid people. You cannot come to Colombia, say stupid stuff, act like you stupid, move like you stupid, and don't get the t-shirt for stupid people. You're going to end up with the t-shirt. That's why I've been saying for all these years, don't leave America. Stay right there. You're going to never hear me say, yes, leave America. My new book, How to Leave America. No. I'll tell you how to relocate out of countries, but I ain't going to tell you a specific country. And as for America, we too stupid. Americans are too stupid about the rest of the world. We're ignorant and naive about most of the world. And since we are, stay there. You got 50 states. Enjoy the 50 states. You got 50 of them. Many of the states are the size of a country. Stay there. Don't leave. And don't come to Colombia. It is not built for stupid people. No, why y'all think y'all could come here with all the money in your pocket? As long as I got money, I can be as stupid as I want to be. No. Go to Thailand. And I know Aaron last night, Passport Bros, he said, man, don't come here. I'm going to say it. Go to Thailand. Ronan Travel's going to be mad at me. Go to the Philippines. Go to Korea. Go to Malaysia. Go to Cambodia. You can be as stupid as you want to be over there and still feel safe. You could be with 8 Malaysians that night and still wake up the next morning. You could be with 3 Filipinas and still wake up safe the next morning. You could party all night in Thailand and still wake up safe the next morning. It is made for stupid people. Not saying that the guys that go there are stupid in masses, because there's some wise guys that go there. But I'm talking about those of you, you know who I'm talking about, Pookie, Ray Ray, Nook Nook, Paw, you old stupid dudes, Paw. You know what I'm talking about when I say stupid. You need a country that you can go to and be an old dude that's throwing money around and feel safe after you do it. You can't do that in Colombia, can you? Nope, it's not safe, is it? No, stop coming here. Stop coming here. I'd be so glad when dudes stop coming to Colombia. I swear. Y'all think I'm sitting around just dancing in the street, hoping y'all come to Colombia? No, I'm not. Not one day have I ever sat back and said on this channel, you need to come to Colombia. No, men with sense, women with sense will come to Colombia. That's why I'll never miss you, Pookies. This channel will continue to grow with good men and good women. This country will continue to grow with good men and good women. You Pookies and your money is not running this country as much as you think it is. This country got 7.5 million tourists last year. 7.5 broke the record from 2024 record. 7.5 million people were not Pookies. You Pookies are a small pool of the tourists that come to Colombia. So once you guys are gone, Colombians still would get at least 6.5 million tourists. If there was 1 million of you Pookies coming, 1 million, I'm just putting it up there. I promise you, Colombia will not miss you. They'll still get 6.5 million, 6 million, let's say even 5.5 million tourists that will still come to this country and spend a lot of money. So all you players, you are more expendable than you realize. Shout out to my brother. David says this. He said, Dre, I saw the comment that you put under BMT's video yesterday. Shout out to BMT. He said, I support that message. Do not come to Cali. Yeah, dudes, somebody put in a little post today in the Black Man's Travel on Black Man's Travel and on the video. And somebody put a post on, which one should I go to, fellas? Kenya or Cali, Colombia? And I was like, bruh, if y'all thought Medellin wasn't safe, I said, man, Cali been in the top 20 most dangerous countries in the world for the last 10 years. If you think you can't be stupid in in Medellin, if you think it's bad with drugging and robbing in Medellin, go and bring y'all butt to Cali you want to. You ain't got to worry about waking up in Cali. That's one thing you ain't got to worry about. Ain't gonna be no waking up in Cali. Y'all wake up in Medellin 9 hours later, 10 hours later. Ain't Cali, They got places to bury you in Cali. You ain't got to worry about being found in Cali. That one you can guarantee. This country, this city here, if I halfway act like I want to be stupid in Cali, I can be found missing somewhere. many moons later. That's one thing about Cali. I do not play. When I say I don't go on certain sides of Cali, you ain't gonna see me go over there. I don't care how pretty the women are. I don't care how much fun it is. I do not disrespect this city. I'm not going over there. You can go. I met a woman. She from there. Yeah, have fun. Have party hardy. Me? Why you think I've been able to survive these 10 years? Now, I'm not talking about living in fear. I'm talking about living in wisdom. I got 3 sides of Cali to go to. West side, south side, where we live on the north side. I am not tripping about taking my butt to the east side of Cali, Colombia, where 90% of the danger takes place, where they still blowing up police stations on the east side. I ain't going over there. But the brothers and sisters, I don't care how many brothers and sisters over there. I ain't going over there. And guess what the brothers and sisters do when they get money? I'm gonna tell you something. Cali is 40% black. Guess what black people do when they get money in Cali, Colombia? The same thing that black people do in the United States. Get the hell out the hood, away from black folk. Them the black folk I hang out with in Cali. You think I'm about the ones that's on the south side, on the nicer south side, the ones that are on the east side, and the ones that are on the west side, the ones that are on the north side. But the east side, man, I ain't. And I know brothers that hang out over there. Not me. Not me. Absolutely correct. He said Cali is for everyone. He said it's hella dangerous. No, extremely dangerous. Yeah, this is a city that you do not want to toy with. And if you think I'm playing, go ahead and look up the list of the most dangerous cities in the world. Cali been on that list for the longest. Always in the top 20, top 25. Always. I think one list had us this year. Just for this year, we were number 19 on one of the lists. And I'm not saying that in a braggadocious way. I'm saying that there are 3 parts of Cali that you will have fun and you will not see much of the danger and the madness and the craziness that makes Cali be on that list. But if you take your butt to that east side playing around, you ain't got to worry about getting drugged over there because you ain't gonna be found. I like how one dude wrote it in an article that I read almost 8 years ago. And he wrote about the 7 Colombian women, type of Colombian women that you would meet. And he talked about the hood women. He said this. He said, these are the women that you ain't never got to worry about seeing again because you only gonna see them one time. And after that, you gonna be found somewhere. You ain't never got to worry about seeing them women twice. That's the east side of Cali. You ain't never got to worry about seeing them. And I know it's some guys that's like, man, I go to east side all the time. Look at what type quality guys that go over there. It's either those pro-Afro brother, sisterhood, black love type of brothers that they can get away with that. Dashiki brothers, they can do that. Dudes that ain't got nothing to lose. I know some let me not stop being nice. The unattractive brothers, they can go to the east side of Cali. If you zoomorphic, I'm telling you, you can blend right on in with the east side of Cali. But you dudes that you know that you ain't got to be Mr. Handsome, but you know that you got something to lose. You got kids back home. You got your mama back home to take care of. You might have a girlfriend back home in the States. I'm telling you, keep your butt off the east side of Cali. It is not to be toyed with. And I know a few dudes that have fell in love with east side chicks and be over there. And I'll be like, all right, have fun. Have fun. Go on over there. So when they put that little comment on BMT's video, and then they put the comment on in the Passport Bros group, which one is better, Kenya or Cali? I was like, oh yeah, okay, you better go to Kenya. Come on down here to Cali, y'all want to, and not know where to go to. Man, y'all gonna be found, man. Cali is no joke. That's one thing I can say. We still got exploding trucks, bruh. We still got big trucks that are people putting explosives into and blowing up on the other side of the city. We are the only city in the last few years that's had a riot. Every time you turn around, you can go Colombia on Instagram. Here in Cali, there's always a rumble between the police officers and the locals. Always. And it's always on that one side of town. Always on that one side of town, bro. I wish I could put it another way, but yeah. The rest of Cali, Shangri-La. You wouldn't even know that other side of town existed. You wouldn't even know east side of Cali existed. Cali is such a nice city, beautiful people, wonderful city. It's the sports capital of Colombia, not Medellin. Cali is the sports capital of Colombia. Since it's 40% Afro-Colombians, our food, sorry Medellin, our food is better than Medellin's, according to a lot of people. We got a coffee region, we got a pineapple region, and all them cowgirl videos that I put forth at the end of the video, all those videos are recorded in the small towns outside of Cali. We've got the Salsa Festival. We've got the world's largest Afro-Colombian festival. Over 600,000 people come here every August to celebrate. 600,000 black folks. I'm telling you. And I see some great things happening for Medellin. Do not get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. But Cali is not let's put it like this. Cali is not a replacement for what's going on in Medellin. So if y'all think that y'all like, man, I ain't going to Cartagena no more, then y'all thinking, I ain't going to Medellin no more. And if you think you're going to run down here to Cali, come on down. You're going to be running up out of here about 3 days. I always see it. I never see Pookies last more than a week. I have yet to see a Pookie last more than a week here in Cali. You either change to adapt to the city or you just leave. And most guys leave. I hate to put it like that, but I'm talking to you out of love as your brother. He say, sorry about deleted your comment by accident. Sorry, brother. Oh, we talking about Dave? Shout out to Tevin. Shout out to all you moderators out there. Zeta says this. Shout out to Zeta. In Cali, you'll be lucky if they find your finger. This is true. Hey, there are areas in Cali my wife don't go to. And Andre ain't got nothing but black friends. And she still be like, yeah, I ain't going over there. I ain't going over there. I'm telling you, man. Y'all think I'm playing. Let's continue on with the video. Y'all ain't here to hear my mouth. Y'all here to hear about this white dude. But we're gonna finish off with this brother, and then we're gonna get into this crazy white dude.
Yo, what's going on, my people? It's your boy, man. I'm back again.
It's a movie. Red carpet, the lights go.
I'm here to make a special announcement. Those of y'all that follow me, you already know what the announcement is.
A popular content creator that created content about Medellin and Colombia was recently just deported from Maria Jose Cordova Airport for promoting parties that had to do with sex tourism. Now, for a lot of you guys that may not believe that Medellin is over the whole sex tourism reputation, believe me, they are. And they're showing it with their actions more than just words. Not only are they denying people at the immigration, but they are now kicking people out of the country that are promoting sex tourism online. So when you get here, be careful with what you're posting on the internet and on social media. Now, I've seen the brother's content, and mostly was about safety and how not to get drugged and robbed here in Medellin. But he was recently promoting parties in Jettis Park at a specific venue that had to do with S tourism. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments.
All right, here we go. I put a circle around the red hat. We all watched the video. We see the brother being escorted to the airplane. The brother Chill Chapo. Nobody took the, and as soon as I saw the video for the first time, I asked myself, well, who is that in the red hat? Who is this dude that's next to Chill Chapo getting kicked out of Colombia? And all I've been hearing is content about Chill Chapo, Chill Chapo, Chill Chapo. I have done my homework, and this story is crazy. Let's put it like this. After doing my research, I forgot all about Chill Chapo. Chill Chapo's situation is nothing but water under the bridge. The white boy, that is the real story. That's him when he's about to get kicked out. Some of y'all like, why do they cover his face but not Chill Chapo? That's a new photo. Originally, they didn't cover his face up either. That's a new photo that was just posted. Yeah, I did a true investigation, man. Hey, man, I'm telling y'all something. I was so excited about this one, man. I kept running into the kitchen while Andre was cooking. I kept running into the kitchen with new news. I was like, the white dude was this. And then I came back. I said, did you know that he was also this? Then about 10 minutes later, I found out something else. I was like, babe, you ain't gonna never believe this. And then I was like, oh, every time I sat down and did like 15 more minutes of homework, I'm looking like, no, this white dude, this is the craziest story. I got receipts on receipts on receipts for y'all dudes. Straight out of his mouth, straight from news headlines from the States. Why is he's not only being kicked out of here, this dude had warrants out for his arrest in the States. He had, man, yeah, let me shut my mouth. This is about to get crazy. His name is Samuel McVeigh. Samuel McVeigh. Now, we're going to listen to the Colombian mayor of Medellin. He's going to say McVeigh, but, you know, in translation, in Spanish, the B sounds like a V. So his name is not, when you hear the Colombian Medellin's mayor say McVeigh or McBell, it's actually McVeigh. And we're going to look at his article too. He got his mega hat on with the 40, let me put myself out of the way, with the Donald Trump 45, 46. So he is true MAGA. True MAGA. We love you, President Trump. We love you. We love you. That's him. A lot of guys were so busy focused on the YouTuber, nobody took a glance to see who was the white boy, who was the white T boy.
With dignity, we fulfill.
All right, let's get started with the article. Then we're going to look at the full article. On April 11th, the mayor of Medellin, Antioquia is the state of Medellin that Medellin is in, and the mayor says this: confirmed the U.S. citizen Samuel McVeigh. I said McVeigh, but it's McVeigh has been expelled from Colombia. McVeigh was responsible for disturbance at 3, not 1, 3 educational institutions with kids in them in Medellin and Rio Negro on April 8th, 2006, 2026, just a couple days before. According to the local officials, the 46-year-old man is wanted. Yes, he has warrants in the U.S. authorities. This man is named Samuel McVeigh, but it's actually McVeigh. McVeigh. Remember, in Spanish, the V makes the B sound. So they shouldn't have translated the B. They should have kept it a B. It's McVeary. We just managed to have him deported from Colombia. Once he landed in the U.S., in a few hours later, he will be arrested by authorities. We have his interview after he was let go in the States once he landed. So we got that for you tonight. As he has outstanding warrants with the New York City Police. Let's go directly to the article. Let's go directly to the article real quick, because I don't want to hold you guys up too much tonight. It's already been a couple of hours. Let's go here with Colombian immigration authorities. So right here, I blew it up. And that's him right there. So that's him right there. And let's go over to his article. This is his article right here. So let me make sure I got you guys up on the screen so you can make sure you see exactly what I'm looking at. Let me bring this back. Add to stage. Oh, no, let me remove this guy. That was the mayor about to speak. But let me add this article first. Okay, American expelled for causing disturbance at schools in Medellin and Rio Negro. He posed as an English teacher. This dude tried to sneak into the school to do whatever he wanted to do. I'm not going to say in the name of Maga, but he had his hat and everything, and he tried to sneak into the schools and pretend, not one school, but schools, pretending he was an English teacher. Now, we looked at the April 11th part. Let's scroll down right here. It says the citizens reported the incident to authorities, stating that he attempted to instigate fights. He attempted to instigate fights. This is a photo in front of one of the schools. He attempted to instigate fights. Let me translate this back for you guys to English. All right. Let me try that one more time. Translate that back to English. I don't know why it's not translating now. Let's go back and then go back here. And the funny part is I already had it translated to English. Let's see if this will do it. Okay, according to the statement released by the mayor. Okay, we read this part already. I wonder why it's not translating like it usually does. Let me refresh. Okay, here we go. It says the event. Okay, that was in Colombia. It said the citizens right here. The citizens was allegedly involved in a similar situation in Envigado and El Retiro, as the has a criminal record in the United States. He was dismissed from, now here's the part that you're going to discover. He was dismissed from an educational institution in New Rochelle in New York area, where he allegedly issued threats through emails and social media. So this dude, here's the scenario. Let me break it down, and I'm going to bring the receipts. This dude that they're talking about, the white guy, YT, had just got fired. Just got fired by the Board of Education as a teacher. He just got hired in September. We're going to hear about all this. What happened was, after he got fired by the brother who is the school superintendent, said, do not renew this man's contract. This man is out there. This fool threatens to obliterate the board and the district, and the school the brother. That's why I had the photo of the brother. Y'all gonna hear his name. Congratulations to him. He got a new contract. We're gonna see all that, right? So they really love him in this district of New York, in this area of New York. That they love the brother. This dude talking about doing some explosive things to the board. New York arrested him. After he got out, he got a ticket to Colombia. Then this incident occurs over the last few days. After he was arrested for threatening to do explosive work in his own city, he came to Colombia and started instigating fights and issues here in Colombia. And y'all busy wondering what the hell Chill Chopper is doing. I don't care nothing about that brother. I don't care nothing about what that brother doing. I don't know him. But this white T dude, I don't see one content creator talking about the white T dude. Man. Extreme training, bringing that mega mind. You're gonna see all of it. I got all the receipts. All the receipts, man. I went down, man. Man, listen, this is crazy. This is crazy. Shout out to my man Player in the building. Oh, did I miss super chat? Will, thank you, Will. Thanks for letting me know. I'm gonna come back to you guys again. Let me see. Did I miss? Okay, did miss this. Miss that. Dave says this. He said, Dre, I saw the comment. Okay, I got that one. I got my man F. Tanner. Let me make sure I didn't miss any from Will. He said, I think the Colombian government will go after watching all. I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. And I think they should. Okay. I'll tell you how confident I am about Andre and I content. Anything can happen to any of us. So I'm not going to say this out of a braggadocious way. They have been watching our content here in Cali, Colombia. Remember, it was only a few content creators down here. So anybody with making content about a particular city, that city is watching. We were invited during COVID, and we became official. We don't talk about this. We became official ambassadors for Cali, Colombia. Official international ambassadors for Cali, Colombia. Been on the news several times, speaking about life here in Cali. Why? There was nobody else talking about Cali. So we start being some of the few. There were newsletters out here and things like that, but nobody was actually on camera as a foreigner talking about Cali the way we were. We know we're being watched. No doubt about it. And we're glad about it. If I got to put out content and Andre got to put out content that we need to be ashamed of, no use of putting out that content. We're not going to put shame on this city or this country or this continent. We're going to respect the culture, the history. That's another reason why I respect the culture. I'm married to the culture. So yeah, I agree with you, Will. He said, I think homie Hubs is next. Could be. Not bashing, just calling out how it is. That's a good call, Will. That's a good call. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything else that you said. Okay. And thank you for reminding me that I missed one, Will. I appreciate that, brother. Now, Player Mix says this. He said, good. All these tricks and suckers out of Brazil, Colombia, and Thailand. They're making it hard on the brothers who travel and act respectful and responsible. Absolutely correct. You hit the nail on the head. Blade Runner says this with the $5 love as well. He say for those with warrants, the criminal database is now globally interlinked. Absolutely correct. That's how a lot of these guys are getting popped. Yep, put them right back on the plane. Once they realize it, Colombia said, we're not even about to arrest this dude. We're gonna ship him back to his own country, and when he get off that plane in the state of New York, they're waiting for him. They're waiting for him. So he's gonna tell his story tonight. So we're gonna hear what he has to say. But let's keep going. As I was saying, that he threatened the Board of Education as well as his old boss. He threatened through emails and social media. The events, you know what? We don't even need to read this. This happened. He said the events in New Rochelle led to an arrest warrant against McVeary on March 17th. This is right before he came to Colombia. If what he did was on April 8th in Colombia under the umbrella of Maga, allegedly, and he had this warrant coming out for his arrest on March 27th, this dude is just going international acting a fool. Enough of this. Let's get back to the video with the mayor of Colombia speaking.
And a few minutes ago, we got him expelled from Colombia. Once he lands in the United States, in a few hours, he will be detained by the authorities as he has pending cases with the New York police. This is the one who was hanging around educational institutions in Medellin in Rio Negro, and we coordinated between the authorities of Rio Negro, Correction of Antioquia, and Mayor's office so that this guy was expelled thanks to the United States Embassy, thanks to the police.
He was expelled because thanks to, did not my brother just say that now everything is international now? Global connections, Interpol, if you will. They're all working together globally now. You can't do something in one country and think other countries aren't going to know anymore. Those days are over.
Thanks to Colombian migration, thanks to the New York police, this issue was achieved so that no one comes here to intimidate our educational institution, neither teachers nor children. We are going to continue protecting the city and continue to protect the region, the articulation with the authorities and functions.
If you don't step down today or tomorrow, I'm coming.
This is him on the news. This is him, and this threat is what got him locked up and warrants out for his arrest in the United States. This is the short version. We're going to hear the whole version. This is the part that was on the news, though.
To intimidate our educational institution, neither teachers nor children. We are going to continue protecting the city and continue to protect the region, the articulation with the authorities and functions.
Could y'all do us a favor? Could y'all stop? I'm serious. Before we go any further, this is international waters now. Don't care nothing about Trump and international waters. Don't care about what y'all got to say about Obama. These are international waters. Who's back in the States? We got to have these discussions back and forth. I'm talking about a crazy dude that was here under the umbrella of Maga, that was trying to harm school officials in several schools, threatening children, and y'all pull Biden out your butt. Stop. If we were back in the States, you can have fun with it. This is an international channel. This topic is about this madman who's running around, and you're going to hear from his mouth how he feels about, as he says, Uncle Trump. One of the reasons why people don't want to listen to what MAGA has to say and y'all look crazy in the face, you know one of the reasons? Because y'all always talk about stuff that don't mean nothing to nobody. Biden is gone. A lot of Trump policies that he fusses about are the policies that he put in place when he was 45. Trump 45, President 45. He put a lot of the policies in place that are hurting most Americans right now. Yes, Biden opened up the floodgates. Biden gone. Yes, Obama did this and did, or he didn't do that. Obama's gone. Bush is gone. Clinton is gone. Bush 1 is gone. Reagan is gone. Carter, Ford, Nixon, gone. They're not presidents anymore. One of the things that make y'all look creepy, MAGA dudes and black Republicans, is that y'all always bring up stuff that has nothing to do with the topic at hand. You could be talking about Fruit Loops. Well, if it was up to us, Biden was the one that had Fruit Loops. The prices went up on Fruit Loops under Biden administration. Y'all look creepy. I'm not talking to all black Republicans, and I'm not talking about all MAGA. But it's enough of y'all that's creepy. That's why nobody wants to argue with you, talk about politics with you, or discuss politics with you, because you sound creepy. And you don't want to admit it. People are tired of you. Do you not realize that? Your cousins, your coworkers, your pastors, people in the church next to you, people in the mosque next to you, people in the synagogue next to you, people that drive on a road next to you, people that are sitting at bus stops next to you. They are tired of when y'all talk about stuff that has nothing to do with the subject matter. Hey, Detroit Pistons won today. They won their 60th game. Well, Biden didn't win. We didn't win under Biden. We're talking about the Pistons winning their 60th game since 2007. Well, Biden didn't win. Well, we didn't win under Trump. We didn't win under Obama. Stop it. This channel is international. Take that mindset. All you ultra, I'm not talking about the level-headed black Republicans that act like they got some sense. I support y'all. The black Democrats that are level-headed, or like me, black independents that are level-headed, I support us. But you extremists, y'all creepy. Y'all creepy. And it is scary to be around creepy people. That's why nobody listens to you. Just in case y'all ever wonder. Just in case y'all ever wonder why nobody listens to MAGA anymore, because you sound cultish. You say stuff that your own president don't even say. You just throw stuff out your brain and out your mouth, and Trump ain't even said that. Y'all creepy. No, we ain't. That's what makes you creepy, because you don't even recognize it. That's probably the creepiest part about you MAGA dudes. and MAGA females. When other people are telling you, you are going overboard, you are creeping us out, you are scaring our children and our grandmothers, and you don't even see it. You don't even see what you're doing is creepy. There's nothing wrong with having a political point of view, but y'all some creepy mom. I swear, dog. That's why I don't talk to y'all. That's why I don't deal with y'all, man. Y'all creepy mamas, bro. I swear. Speaking about, yeah, those explosives, this dude has the same name as Tim McVeigh, who, wow, that's kind of funny. In Oklahoma, right? In the federal building a few years back. He say, I associated that relay quickly as an intel and profiling your career in the past. Yeah. Yeah. Man, I don't know what these Trumpeteers, what these megas gonna do once Trump gone out of office. He only got 3 more years left. I don't know why y'all try to act like this dude gonna have like 30 years left. This dude might not even have 3 more years on the planet. His body is falling apart. The stress of being a president destroyed Reagan. Reagan body fell. For all the guys that were around during the Reagan administration, we all remember that second term. Reagan brain melted into butter. His body was falling apart. You think Trump body got all type of rashes all over it? Man, that man's body, the stress of being president 1 year is aging that man so fast. Remember how old Obama looked when he got out? Obama was young and fly when he first went in. Man, Obama came out them 8 years looking like somebody's great granddaddy, walking slow. He can barely shake somebody's hand now. Same thing with Joe Biden. Joe was already old, man. Joe just got old. Joe went from his 80s, and in 4 years, Joe been walking around like he 113 years old. And we're seeing the same thing happen to Trump. So I don't know why y'all think that Trump might be around these whole 3 years, man. His body is telling him, I could barely handle 1 year. You got 3 more years of this? It is hard being president of the United States. Hard. Y'all keep on dancing in the streets, though. That's the funny part. Y'all be talking about stuff ain't got nothing to do with the topic tonight. Nothing. Y'all ain't thought about this man threatening kids. Y'all ain't thought about this man threatening the Board of Education. Y'all talking about some Trump and some Biden and some. Nobody give a damn about all that. Y'all got to learn how to differentiate when to turn it on, when to turn it off. Are y'all lives that? Can I ask a question? Is life that bad in America that if y'all didn't have Trump, y'all wouldn't have a life? Inquiring brothers want to know. I'm looking at people in the United States. If they did not have Trump, they would not have a life at all. At nothing to live for. And I see it in the comments all the time. So I'm asking. I'm done with assuming. Is life in the United States that bad that if y'all did not have Trump, y'all would literally have nothing to live for? I'm not talking about your job. I'm talking about like a real life after work. Because y'all act like y'all wives and kids, that ain't enough. It's crazy, man. Y'all, I kid you not, man. I don't even live in the States, and I shiver in my boots. Y'all shiver my timbers. Seriously, goodness gracious. No life at all. All y'all do is talk about Trump. Immigrants. If Trump talked, this is the funny part. Y'all ready? If Trump talked about another topic and he didn't talk about immigrants, half of y'all wouldn't have said nothing about the immigrants. They'd still be in the country. All 11 million would still be running across America. And the only reason y'all gave a dang about immigrants is because Trump said something. Okay. Am I lying? Y'all think I don't know? I'm gonna bring receipts. Where were y'all big mouths when it came to immigration when Obama was the #1 president for deporting immigrants? Where was y'all mouths about immigrations? It was a bunch of immigrants in America at that time period to where Obama was shipping them out in droves. Where was y'all big mouths then? I ain't hear a peep out of you Americans about immigration. None. It was like Obama was sending immigrants out secretly in the mail or something. None of y'all said nothing. This man shipping them out, packing them up, catching them, and shipping them out. Y'all didn't say a dang word. But when your granddaddy, uncle, cult leader, Trump said something about it, all of a sudden, everything is immigration. It's Biden immigration because of Biden immigration. Okay, wait a minute. If immigration issues was because of Biden and Obama was before Biden and Obama shipped out the most immigrants, that must have meant that immigrants was here before Biden and Obama. So all that trying to blame Biden for immigration, dude, okay, if it was Biden's fault, who the hell was Obama shipping out then? If he got the record for the most people being shipped out of all time as a president, who was he shipping them out? Who was he shipping out? Because Biden wasn't in office yet. Oh, y'all don't want to blame whoever was in office, that Republican was in office prior to Obama. Y'all don't, because he was a Republican, right? So y'all don't want to blame him. Y'all want to say it was Bush? Bringing in immigrants? That Obama had to ship out? But when it comes to immigrants, y'all want to talk about Biden as if he was the first president that the president after him had to ship out immigrants. Where was y'all then? That's the part that gets me. Y'all ain't have nothing to say when Obama was shipping them out in record numbers. Y'all think Trump doing it. He doing it in your face. Obama did it behind your back in the thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands. Y'all didn't say one word. I ain't see no news headline, ain't see no article. He ain't had to run for his second term on immigration. None of that. He was shipping them out. And I ain't hear none of you dudes, or none of you MAGA dudes saying nothing about nothing. And I ain't see none of you Democrats say nothing about it. But as soon as the orange peeling says something about it, here y'all go running through the streets talking about some dang immigration. Please. What's my point? I can't even get through the topic of the show tonight. And I'm trying to get our brothers to stay focused and let y'all realize it's some crazy fools trying to come from America and tear up other countries. And y'all talking about politics. Really? Y'all proved my point. Thank you. Y'all proved my point that I didn't make a mistake by leaving you motherfuckers in that country. Thank you. I love it. I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me see that leaving the plantation was one of the best things that I ever did in my life. Because I ain't got to deal with y'all face to face. I can cut these cameras off at night and I can live a real life without you trumpeteers and you desperate Democrats getting on my last dang nerve. Both of y'all get on my last now. I swear. Like kids. Will says this. He said the presidential briefing put a stress on a person that equals up to 30 to 40 years. That's why our presidents look old, and that and I thought about that, about the meetings. I kind of figured it was the meetings. And that compacts into 4 to 8 years in office. I can agree with that, Will. I can agree with it. And when you're dealing with wars and stuff like that, you're the president of the United States. I can imagine the level of stress that those men are on. Dave says, Dre, look at the people watching this live go down. It can plummet all I care. If it's nothing but desperate Democrats in the comments and the MAGA Republicans, they can go. I'd rather have common sense Democrats and common sense Republicans and common sense independents on our channel than you extremists. One of y'all extremists came down here threatening children in another country. This dude tried to pretend like he was an English teacher. What if one of those 3 schools that he went to in Colombia, in Medellin, had made a mistake and let this fool in the school with a bunch of kids? Just what if they had? What if he had done damage to just one child in this country? Under the name of I'm MAGA, and my president don't like your president. Y'all ain't thought about the kids, have you? Y'all so busy talking about politics. I'm telling you about, guys, there's a reason why Colombia is shutting all this down. Y'all not listening. All y'all think about is the MAGA bullet. Bruh. Take a deep breath and listen. This dude was back home. He just got an indictment or warrant on the 27th of March for threatening the Department of Education and especially the school superintendent. The brother couldn't stand that it was a brother that told them, do not renew this dude's contract. There are white dudes out there that cannot stand the fact that they got a brother that's the boss. And as we watch the video, you're going to see how crazy this dude is. So I need for y'all to pull it back with the politics. Pull it back. Because if I don't say that, y'all keep on in the comments. All y'all talk about is buying Trump and military Trump, buying. Nobody care about that. Iran, Israel. This is not the time for that. If we were doing an episode on that, so be it. But this is not the episode about that. I'm talking about the safety of the people. And this is why the people in Colombia are looking at us under microscopes now. They're not looking with telescopes anymore. Like, hey, this big group of people coming through. They're not looking through telescopes. They're looking at us individually under microscopes. And they're discovering things about each one of these people that they're sending back, such as the brother Chill Chopper, who overstayed his visa. That's why he got kicked out the country. We could easily talk about how, yeah, Chill Chapo, he was throwing parties. Yeah, he probably was doing that, allegedly. Yeah, he told people how to get around immigration. I saw that. That's true. But even if he hadn't done those things, the brother overstayed his stay in another country. You get kicked out. If I overstay in Colombia, I would have gotten kicked out. I've got a resident visa like a lot of you guys have. until I get my citizenship later on this year or early next year, I still walk around Colombia as if I got 90-day visa. I know I'm in a position where I never have to fill out a visa again. But as a resident, they could still take that away from me if I do something stupid on this camera or off camera. So I carry myself on camera like I got some dang sense, as if these people can kick Andre out of this country, married or not, tomorrow. So once I get my citizenship, I might feel a little bit comfortable. But as far as thinking I've made it to the mountaintop because I've been here a decade and I've got my residency and I'm married and I own this and I own that, no. I can be shipped out just as fast as the next man. And I act like it. I act like every day in this country, Dre, ain't nothing special about you. And if you do the wrong thing or you say the wrong thing and you're not a citizen, you can be kicked out too, Mr. Married Man. We'll say, dang, Dre. He said, I do the same thing. I walk around like they can kick me out of this country at any time. And that's why I follow their laws and their customs. That's facts. I think it's in May. I think the election is in May. I think, hey, T-Mac, is the next election is in May, correct? If I'm not correct, the next election for presidency is in May. Let's continue on with the video, gentlemen. Once again, this is the guy that got kicked out of Colombia with the red hat on. But this is him, as you can see the number 12 in the top corner. This is the news headline about him in the States.
Don't step down today or tomorrow, I'm coming to your house with a bazooka and I'll blow.
The New York police, this issue was achieved so that no one comes here to intimidate our educational institution, neither teachers nor children. We are going to continue protecting the city and continue to protect the region.
Now, you know you had to do something crazy for the mayor of Medellin to make a special video about you specifically.
Articulation with the authority.
Oh, August? Okay. You might be right. Let me know, brother. Let me know. Thank you.
And functions.
If you don't step down today or tomorrow, I'm coming to your house with a bazooka and I'll blow it up.
This is what got him arrested in the States. Saying that he's going to be going to obliterate the city council and the brother who's his boss. Yeah, May 31st. Yes, sir. I thought it was May. I just didn't know when it was. Shout out to you guys for letting us know. So this is another point. I'm glad that you guys mentioned it. Shout out to you, Will, as well. That weekend, there is no clubs or bars going to be open. No drinking, no alcohol, guys. So if you want to come to Colombia at the end of May, you might be going through a dry spell unless you buy some stuff prior to. You cannot buy stuff in the grocery store. So even if the clubs might be closed, you can't buy any liquor in the grocery store. You'll see it. They'll have it like duct tape all around. Not duct tape, but like the yellow tape all around, let you know that they'll actually cut that section off. They'll put duct tape around that. You know, when you walk down the aisle in the grocery store and buy liquor, they actually put tape to let you know, like yellow tape to let you know, no, you can't come down this aisle during the election weekend. Not the day, that whole weekend. So just to give you guys a heads up, that's how it is with all elections in Colombia. Yeah, that dude is crazy, man. Let me be quiet for a bit, man. Y'all didn't come here to hear me. Let me bring that back again.
The city and continue to protect the region, the articulation with the authorities and functions.
If you don't step down today or tomorrow, I'm coming to your house with a bazooka and I'll blow it up. Just kidding.
It was several YouTube videos like this that prompted New Rochelle police to arrest Samuel McVeigh of Briarcliff Manor this week.
I'm talking to you, board members. I know who you are.
The 46-year-old was hired to teach Spanish at the Isaac Young Middle School back in September. School officials say they are...
Is that not ironic? This guy teaches Spanish. This guy teaches Spanish in the middle school. And those were the type of schools that he was trying to enter into here in Colombia.
Not able to comment on personnel matters, but after about 4 months, McVeigh was suspended with pay.
So he was hired in September, fired after 4 months. And this is the rants that he'd been going on. Yeah, that's when they started shutting down the bars and the clubs right around the 29th. Ends out the election. So for you guys that's coming to Colombia during the late month of May, we let you know you will not be able to party. You're going to be disappointed when you get here. Dave says, this is why I keep myself indoors while in America. Crazy people walking around in America. That's facts, man. The dude got hired and then he got fired. And then he just went crazy. Got on a plane and came to Colombia and went crazy. Let's see. I don't know why it froze on me. There we go. That's the school that he used to teach at.
Good morning, everyone. This is Dr. Samuel M. McVeigh.
He's not a doctor. He's not a doctor. He keeps saying that. And then he said he's going to say that he's in law school. The only reason why he's saying he's a doctor, because the black guy that fired him has his doctorate. That's why he keeps trying to say, well, I have mine.
Reporting back with a little bit of a clarification. This is supposed to be part 5 of part 6 of Dr. Samuel M. McVeigh versus City School District of New Rochelle.
Can you see this crazy dude getting off a plane next to you in Colombia?
This will be a quick video, I promise. I won't go off on a tangent. I'll get to the point right away. This will be a short one, so we can call it part 6.
This video he did after he got arrested.
6, or we could call it part 5B or something like that, okay? So real quick, yes, it is true. I was arrested. That's the facts. Tell the world. I don't care. Oh my God, you were arrested. You'll never get a teaching job again. Oh my God, you were arrested. You'll never be able to work for the FBI. Oh my God, you're arrested. You'll never be able to become the president of the United States. Well, let me think for a minute. Do I care? Yes, I do. Does President Trump care? Yes, he does. Did you vote for Trump? Probably not. Did I vote for Trump? Full disclosure, no. I voted for legs up Kamala Harris. Looking back on that, I regret it. My vote should have gone to Donnie Boy, Uncle Trump. How do you like me now? Am I a Republican? No, I am not. Am I a Democrat? No, I am not. I am registered as an independent. Do I care about politics? I can give 2 shits less. But what I'll tell you is Uncle Donald Trump, is doing a great job in office. Whether you like him or not, he's doing a great job.
You see what I'm saying? Some of you mega dudes are so creepy. Some of you mega dudes act like y'all got kids buried somewhere, grandmothers and uncles buried somewhere. This man literally told us he didn't even vote for Trump. He does not care about politics. So why is he talking about Trump? That cult called Maga. He feels like he's a part of something. This dude might not have a wife or a life. The cult called Maga is beyond politics. people that don't even believe in politics still worship the orange peeling. That's how creepy and sad that is. And making the Giants look bad. He making the Giant fans look bad. What the New York Giants had called my man, he didn't know. Uncle, what the F is this? Paul, I know. He making you Giant fans look bad, man.
Has he divided the country? Yes, he has. Is he a dictator? No, he's not. Do you morons in Westchester go out and protest against the king? He's a king. Yes, you do. Waste your time. More, I don't care. That's your time. Have fun protesting. Fact is, he's in office for another 3 years or 2 years or whatever it is. So nothing's going to change.
Right. He looks like Private Pile off a Full Metal Jacket. That's a good call.
Folks, get used to it. You might say, oh my God, you're an educator. He wants to do away with the Department of Education. I don't care. Let him do away with the Department of Education. You know who's in charge of the Department of Education? Vince McMahon's wife. The WWF wrestler's wife, Miss McMahon, based out of Greenwich, Connecticut. You might say, oh my God, well, Dr. McVeigh, don't you have lots of student loans that you have to pay back? Of course I do. I have so many student loans, I could buy a mansion and a yacht and live happily ever after with those student loan monies. Huh. Interesting. Well, don't you prefer President Sleepy Joe Biden, or President Obama, Barack Obama, who put in this public service loan forgiveness program where you only have to do income-based repayments? Of course, I support that. I love that. I only have to pay a little bit each month, and I pay it back little by little. If I make 120 consecutive payments, which I've almost done, then I get my loans forgiven. Oh, don't you wish you were one of Biden's lucky few who got like all their loans 100% forgiven? I don't really care. I mean, oh my God, you're a white guy. Aren't you privileged? You're a privileged white guy. Really? I work my ass off. I have 2 master's degrees and a doctorate that I paid for. Yeah, my parents helped me out a little bit with undergrad, Middlebury College. All right? But I had to pay for some of that too. So I'm working. Like Deion Sanders, Coach Sanders says, we're coming. Well, I'm coming. He says, we're coming out of Colorado. I'm coming with my student loans and I'm paying them off. All right, so real quick, today is Wednesday, March 18th. It is the day after St. Patrick's Day. I guarantee you many teachers are out today.
Now remember, he got arrested. He's going to make threats, and then he's going to have warrants. While those warrants are being implemented, he's going to fly out to Colombia, threaten the children in schools in Colombia. Dude, this was so serious in Medellin. From some of the research that I did, Medellin had to do an alert throughout all the schools in that area. This is how serious this was. This dude could have actually caused a citywide school shutdown. That's how close it was. Schools throughout the city had to reach out to each other because this dude had gone to 3 of them. It's some crazy people in the States, bro. Y'all keep that right there.
They're hungover, they're tired, they got wasted yesterday after school during happy hour. They drank green beer, took some shots of Jameson, and if you're a principal, check those absentees. Dr. Tawandi Robinson is great with that. She always reminds us, check your attendance, get it in. Well, Dr. Robinson, check it now. Who's out? I guarantee, make a phone call. I guarantee they're hungover. Oh, you can't do that. That's what Mary Breslin would say. The union president. You can't do that. Well, yes, she can. She's the leader of our school. And I know I was a little harsh on Dr. Robinson in the last few videos. I was just upset. You know, I got to admit, I was upset. I wasn't in the right mind frame. You know, I've been out of the state. I've been traveling. So nothing but respect to Dr. Robinson. I apologize. If you've seen my YouTube videos, if you're watching, you are the best principal I've worked for in my 25 years of service. If you don't believe me, I said that to my parents in October and November. That said, now all the parents of my students and the parents of IE, YMS are like, oh my God, why did you go off on such a rant? Well, you know, people rant. People rant. I did go off on a rant, and I'm taking that back. So I believe
he had now realize what he's talking about. He had done 5 videos prior to this, threatening, demeaning all his other constituents, bosses, as well as the board of education in his city. After 25 years, he's ended up with nothing but student loans. No jobs, no money coming in, no goals, no hopes. And so he's taking it out on everybody in his first 5 videos. That's why he's starting off with a bunch of apologies, because he just destroyed those people. And even the parents were worried about what he would do in the States.
That people should forgive. I'm a Catholic man. Do I go to church? No, I do not. Do I believe in God? Yes, I do. Was I growing up, did I have first communion? Yes, I did. Did I go to confirmation when I was 8th grade? Yes, I did. Did I go to religious?
What he's about to do in the next few minutes is destroy himself. He's going to showcase not only why Colombia should not have let him into this country, and why Colombia was so swift to get him out of this country.
Education classes as a middle school student? Yes, I did. Were they boring? Yes, they were. Do I believe in religion? I don't know. I took a religion course at Middlebury. I didn't know what was going on. Am I a religious guy? I wouldn't say so. I say I'm more spiritual. Am I Catholic? Yeah. Well, why don't you go to church? Why don't you go to church every Sunday? That's what they like. All these people in Colombia. It's funny, right? Just take Colombia, for example. You know, I lived there. I worked there. I've been visiting the country for over 10 years. 2 of my best friends got married there in Cartagena. It's just funny, you know. The country is predominantly Catholic. There's Catholic schools with priests and nuns, like old school stuff. You know, private. They got public schools too. Obviously, you know, every country has public, private schools. It'd be an interesting study, you know, if you're a professor doing doctoral work, or, you know, if you're one of my colleagues from USC, one of my former professors, and you want to do a dissertation group. I don't know how you do it now. You'd have to ask the dean, Pedro Noguera, who's like an arrogant little man that doesn't want to contact me because I'm doing so well with my educational projects in Colombia and in the United States. I don't know what his deal is, but that's a whole nother video. Pedro, if you're watching, ¿Cómo está, mi amigo? ¿Qué tal todo? Anyway, what's the point? The point is Colombia is a Catholic country, many Catholic schools, just like here in the United States. Catholic schools don't pay well here in the U.S. We all know that. You've got Iona Prep, you've got Stepanek. Whoops, sorry about that, technical difficulties. But my point is, Colombia, right? Catholic country. Yeah, there's a lot of good people in Colombia. A lot of nice people all over, especially Medellin. The Paisas are very nice people. But let's just get the facts straight. They take advantage of us. They're trained. Their culture, they're ingrained to take advantage of us. Who is us? Americans.
Y'all hear that? I want to bring that back for you. He said, Colombians are trained to take advantage of us. Who is us? Americans. So he already got on that plane with pent-up aggression of getting fired, pent-up aggression of the threats against the Board of Education, having warrants out for his arrest, got on a plane, came back to a country that he's been coming to for 10 years, knowing that he disliked the people, because in his crazy head, Colombians take advantage of us.
Straight. They take advantage of us. They're trained, their culture, they're ingrained to take advantage of us. Who is us? Americans, gringos. Oh, there's the gringo. The baby ate the gringo. The gringo. So if you've never been to Colombia, just know before you go, they're going to try to take advantage of you. That's what they do. Okay? Does everybody do it? No. Does 90% of people do it? Yeah, probably 95, especially in Medellin.
He said 95% of the people take advantage of you, especially in Medellin, where he tried to start fights in 3 different schools. Okay, let me ask y'all a question. Now that we're talking about the white dude that was walking next to Chill Chapo, are y'all now like me? I don't give a dang about Chill Chapo. I don't care nothing about that brother getting kicked out the country for overstaying his visa. I don't care nothing about that brother for throwing those type of parties. I don't care nothing about that brother, whatever excuses that he gonna make in the next couple of videos. Y'all forgot all about Chill Chapo, didn't y'all? Dude, I kid you not. Once I start studying, dude, we ain't even halfway done with this fool. Y'all think he crazy now? Okay. Wait till he start threatening the brother. Wait until y'all see these news headlines I got for y'all. I ain't even thought about that brother that got kicked out of Colombia a couple days ago. Once I start looking at this, I'm like, what? And like I said, my mind was like, who's that white dude with the red hat walking next to him? And so I said, okay, Andre, do some homework. Okay, they say that he was sent out of the country, and that white dude is one of them. Okay, find out who the white dude is. If I could find out who the white dude is, I could backtrack and find out what the white dude was about. I find out all this stuff about the white dude, and y'all still hung up on, Jill, the party brother got kicked out, the YouTuber, the Instagrammer got kicked. I don't give a dang about that brother. I might not even look at his video, man. You know what? I will, just to do a reaction to it for entertainment purposes. But the real story is the one that everybody ignored. The white T dude. The white T dude. Y'all just let him get on that plane, and y'all looked at the brother like, oh man, feel sorry for the brother. Man, the brother, oh the brother, look at what they doing to the brother. Man, they doing the brother, and y'all just let the white dude with the red hat just walk right on past. But I didn't.
The Paisas, that's what they're called. People from Medellin are called Paisa. Let me tell you a little bit about Paisa culture. The women are beautiful, don't get me wrong, and there's good people there. But think of Medellin as the Los Angeles of Colombia. There's a lot of plastic surgery, there's good surgeons. People go get their lips done, their nose done. I mean, kids get their nose jobs done when they're in high school. That's how sick it is. They get the butt injections, the Brazilian butt lifts. They get the boobies done, a lot of silicone. I don't even know what they put in them anymore. But yeah, if you're a doctor or a plastic surgeon, or you know somebody from Beverly Hills, I think you can relate. I mean, Medellin is the Los Angeles of Colombia. And why am I talking about this when I told you I'd be quick and to the point? Well, this video is going to be no longer than 15 minutes. It's one of my shorter videos, I think. I usually go off for like a half hour. Medellin is a Catholic country, and if you want to know, I'm opening a private bilingual school there, and I'm trying to get feedback from parents in what do they want in a school that makes it different. What are they looking for? So, that would be interesting. I'm going to hand out.
This fool just told y'all that he trying to open up a private bilingual school in Medellin. Yeah, okay. I don't think that's going to happen.
Surveys. I'm going to do a lot of quantitative research, collecting data. I'm going to do some qualitative research, conducting interviews, recording them in English and Spanish. And I'm very curious on what parents want in Colombia, specifically the area of Medellin. What do they want in a new school for their kids? What do you guys want in a new school if we were to open a charter school in New Rochelle next year? I'm not doing that. But anyway, so very quickly, the whole point was, some of these girls, I'll just talk about the girls in Medellin. They're beautiful. A lot of guys go down looking for love. They'll say, Senor McVeigh, isn't that what you did? Didn't you go looking for love in Colombia? Looking for love in all the wrong places. Looking for love. Not really. I like to travel. I travel to Spanish-speaking countries. I've been to Spain a lot. I've been to Cuba, Argentina, Mexico, Costa Rica, Uruguay, Dominican Republic. I've been to a lot of Spanish-speaking countries. So the point is this, okay? The point is...
Now, he did say he's got 2 masters and a doctorate, but his job was teaching Spanish in elementary schools. Make it make sense. And he got fired from that job in 4 months. How do you get fired as a Spanish teacher? That's all your job is. With 2 doctorates, like you say, 2 masters, like you say, and you got a doctorate, and the only job you could land was a Spanish teacher, and you couldn't even keep that for 4 months. Something's not adding up.
New Rochelle police made a big mistake yesterday on St. Patrick's Day. They arrested me, and they came in with a SWAT team. They arrested me at my parents' place in an elderly condo community. They scared the shit out of a lot of residents. 1 or 2 could have had a heart attack. I spoke to the super this morning, and he basically said, holy shit, dude, I saw it. He said the one Latina detective pulled her gun, Detective Vasquez.
Notice how he mentioned the Latina, not the one officer pulled her gun, the Latina one.
VAS.
Before he went to Colombia, this dude had ample reasons to be cray-cray when it came to Latins. That's the sad part. The Latin population.
QUEZ. I can identify her in a lineup right now, actually. Detective Marissa Bird, who spearheaded the whole operation, who lied to me, who wasn't even there. She came in at the end of the operation, good job, guys. We got the fugitive. It was straight out of a movie, the SWAT team. They drew their guns. That's how sick these cops are. They threatened to shoot me. They said, Mr. McVeigh, you're under arrest. We have a warrant. The little white Irish guy on St. Patrick's Day said it. Good job, officer. You're fucked. You're all losing your badges. Go find a new job. You better get on your knees and pray to me in church, in a Catholic church. I'll pick the church. I'll let you know. Get down on your goddamn knees and pray to me if you want to continue to be a police officer in this country. You're done in New Rochelle. Go fucking work in goddamn Anchorage, Alaska for all I care. You'll be lucky to get any job in police after I'm done with you. After my team of attorneys are done with you. Detective Marissa Bird, I'm looking right at you. Goodbye, sweetie. I told you yesterday not to fuck with me. You're done. Hand in your badge. Papers. You have my permission. Journal.
Now, mind you, once we get toward the end of this video, this section that we're in right now, this is when he's going to make the fatal mistake of threatening the wrong people the wrong way, and all hell going to break loose before he gets ready to come to Colombia. Now, he said he already got arrested for acting a fool at a St. Patrick's Day event. Went to his mother's house. They arrested him there. Now he pulls his camera out. We're watching him as he is about to threaten the wrong people the wrong way, and all hell gonna break loose in his life. And this fool gonna still get on a plane and come to Colombia.
News. If you're listening, contact me. smcvey54@gmail.com. smcvey54@gmail.com. Journal News, Sound on the Shore, Daily News, New York Post. If you see this video, email me. I would be more than happy to grab a cup of coffee with you and give you my perspective on this, and you can publish a gazillion articles today, tomorrow, next week, next month. Do it. All right, promise this video will be no longer than 15 minutes.
He just don't realize he's going to make the news, but not in the way that he wants to.
We've got 2 minutes left. The New Rochelle City Police is fucked. Let's talk about the school system now. You know who's fucked? Dr. Corey Reynolds is fucked, and Assistant Superintendent Joan Garone is fucked. You old hags, if you don't retire this year, you're seriously fucked. You're going to jail.
Now remember, he's talking about the school board. That same school board that just fired him after 4 months. So that's why he's using them as the grand finale of his rant. And now he's going to say some things that's going to get him in trouble.
And you'll never fucking work again in this fucking country. So have fun. I'll visit you in jail. I'll bring you the magazines that you want. I'll bring you a newspaper. I'll grab you a cup of coffee. No problem. But the two of you fucked with the wrong educator. You understand me? I'm looking right at you. You fucked with the wrong guy, Dr. Samuel M. McVeigh. You should have looked over my resume a little more, Joan. You should have given me a little bit of a higher salary, Joan, trying to lowball me in the middle of September, offering me $98,000 in change. I should be making at least $140,000, $150K. All right, Joan?
As a Spanish teacher. Now, I understand maybe in New York, that could be correct. But you're just a Spanish teacher. I understand he's got 2 masters and a doctorate. But you're just a Spanish teacher. I know Colombians that know English and Spanish that would have took that 98,000.
Enjoy your retirement. If you don't retire this year, you're fucked. That's a fact. You don't believe me? Call my attorney. And for you, Corey, we're going to end it here.
Corey is the head of the Department of Education. That's who he's going to threaten. The superintendent. His boss, the brother. How dare a black man be his boss?
Corey Reynolds. Who is Corey?
Who is Corey Reynolds? Corey Reynolds is a brother in that area that worked his way up. He is the actual doctor, PhD, if you will. And he's the superintendent. And they just gave him when his brother got fired, when this white guy got fired, the brother got a raise. I'll say this again. As the white T-man was being fired, who does not like other races of men and women, who came down here to Colombia, threatened 3 schools, caused a citywide school alert to go out in the schools. While he was doing all that, Corey Reynolds was signing a new contract to be the superintendent of the Board of Education in Rochelle, New York.
Corey Reynolds. Many of you may know him. Board of Education trustees or members, you voted for him, did you not? Whoever voted for Corey Reynolds is a fucking loser. Yeah, I'm talking to you, board members. I know who you are. I emailed you. I know where you live. I'll come to your house. I'll knock on your fucking door in New Rochelle. You board members who voted in Dr. Corey Reynolds, you're done. Goodbye. If you don't step down today or tomorrow, I'm coming to your house.
Now, we heard the clip of that. I'm going to mute that part for a bit. I'm going to give it a 10-second mute. And the reason why I didn't get a chance to put the beep off in there, I'm going directly from his YouTube channel. You can have your channel demonetized if it records threats, especially on the level that he just presented. So within that 10 seconds, you guys that have been here before, when the news showed it, he said, I'll come to your place with a bazooka and beep. They beeped it. I didn't have a chance to put the beep in. So I'm moving ahead 10 seconds. But you guys know what the threat was with the bazooka. I'm just giving you guys a heads up. Let's continue on.
Do I wish I had one? No, I don't. Do they use them in the military? Yes, they do.
So he's talking about, do I wish I had? Now, after he just made the threat, which I had to not play, he made that threat to Corey Reynolds. He made that threat to the Board of Education. That's why the states were looking for him while he was in Colombia. That's why the warrants went out for his arrest and why the police were waiting for him once he got back to the States. That's what the mayor of Medellin was saying, that he knew that New York was waiting for him because of the threats that he made on this brother right here and the Board of Education.
I might go enlist in the military. Unfortunately, I'm too old to do that. So yeah, you Board of Education members who voted in this Negro, this old guy who doesn't even know me.
This Negro.
He's never met me. He's never even looked at my resume. He's never even taken the time out of his busy schedule to visit Isaac E. Young Middle School, let alone visit my Spanish students, my classroom, and see how I do as a teacher.
If this dude was so bad, I kind of blew this up. On February 13th, 2025, the Board of Education in New Rochelle Board of Education, when it came to Mr. Reynolds' contract, they made sure they got the contract for him through 2029. It was a unanimous decision. Everybody said they want this guy to be the superintendent for their Board of Education for stability and for student success. That's how good this brother is at his job. And this was the brother that told them, do not renew his contract. This guy right here, Samuels, it was the brother Corey that said, listen, do not renew his contract. So after 4 months, he started in September. And once Christmas came around, once Thanksgiving came around, they let him go. And that's why he was able to come to Colombia.
This man has the balls, tiny as they might be, to recommend to the Board of Education that my contract be terminated. I don't give a shit anymore, Corey. The fact that you're a doctor is fucking despicable. I'd like to read your dissertation, you old hag. You fucking Negro. Sorry for cursing. If you're a child, you're a student, I'm apologize. I should not have cursed. I just get a little angry.
He didn't apologize for what he just called the man out of disrespect. He didn't apologize for the rant. He didn't apologize for saying that he will use explosive device, bazooka. He said, I apologize for cussing kids.
And I'm wrapping up this video. This is Dr. Samuel M. McVeigh versus the City School District of New Rochelle, signing off on episode 6, clarification, post St. Patrick's Day. Corey, if you're watching, you're done, man. Go home, take the day off, retire now, enjoy retirement in Florida, wherever the hell you're going, Jamaica, wherever you're from. Learn some Spanish while you do it. Have a nice retirement, Corey. Take care. Ciao, ciao. Bye-bye.
Well, a man is facing charges this morning for allegedly threatening a local school superintendent and members of the school board. Lisa LaRocca in New Rochelle for us this morning with a story and reaction from the man police say is involved. Lisa.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly a disturbing story that has police and school officials here in New Rochelle on alert and keeping a close eye. Now, this all began several weeks ago. New Rochelle's schools superintendent, Dr. Corey Reynolds, alerted police that someone had made a threat against the district. Investigators say they discovered 46-year-old Samuel McVeigh of Briarcliff Manor posted several videos on his public YouTube channel where he allegedly threatened to show up at school board members' houses with a bazooka if they did not step down. And then he said, just kidding. Now, that prompted police to execute an arrest warrant at McVeigh's home for aggravated harassment in the second degree, and he was taken into custody, they say, without incident. Now, McVeigh was arraigned Tuesday, and a temporary order of protection was issued, preventing him from going near the superintendent, any Board of Education buildings, and all the New Rochelle schools.
So he's got restraining orders against him when it comes to district members, the Board of Education. He can't even go near a school. But yet he got on a plane in Colombia, heading to Colombia. And where did they find him? In front of schools. Trying to start fights with the departments in each one of the schools. He tried to get into schools by lying and say he was a Spanish teacher. An English teacher in Medellin. That's how he tried to get into each one of the schools. He went to all 3 schools and told them, I'm an English teacher that works here. I want to say that again. He did not say, I'm trying to work. According to the research that I found, this guy went to each school lying as if he was a staff member to get inside of a school of children from a culture that he cannot stand. Once again, I don't give a dang about some dude named Chill Chapo getting kicked out of Colombia. I care about who the hell was that with the red hat on. So y'all could do your homework about the Instagrammer that got kicked out. But I'm telling you, look out for the red hat.
Samuel McVeigh spoke with us on the phone and denied the charges.
I never threatened the school.
This dude said, I never threatened. We all just watched it on YouTube.
School superintendent, Dr. Corey Reynolds. In fact, I've never met him in my entire life. Regarding the Board of Education members, I don't know any Board of Education members.
Now, New Rochelle police have increased presence at some of the district's buildings, and we're told classes and activities within the school will continue as usual. In the meantime, Samuel McVeigh is due back in court next month.
This all happened over the last month. For you guys that weren't here earlier, the warrants went out for his arrest. And all this unfolded March 27th. He gets on a plane to Colombia. Even though he's got warrants out, he doesn't have he's not charged with anything technically, but he's got warrants out. He flies to Colombia. He tries to enter into Colombian schools in Medellin, 3 of them, starting fights and agitations. the Board of Education in Colombia, or the school system in Colombia, had to reach out to all the other schools in Medellin to put out an alert. They didn't shut the schools down, but they did put out a citywide alert that there is a foreigner trying to pretend that he's a teacher in the schools and starting fights with the staffers. This happened on April 8th. They've caught him and deported him out of Colombia with the Instagrammer Chill Chapo on the same flight, April 11th. Today is April, well, actually it happened on Friday, so April 10th. Today is just April 12th. So all this unfolded between, let's say when he made the video, late December when his contract was up. The arrest took place that the news is talking about on March 27th. The restraining orders, March 27th. The not being allowed to be around kids in schools, March 27th this year. Once again, and got caught in Medellin threatening students and staff members on April 8th. What's up, Jay? My man Jay Casey in the building, and Jay Anderson the Great.
Keep you updated on the case. We're in New Rochelle, Westchester County. Let's go back to the studio.
12 hours after he get kicked out of Colombia, this dude posts a video. This video is brand new. This video, when I got this video, it wasn't even 6 hours old. Soon as he landed in Colombia, this is what he landed back in the States. This is what he posted.
Hey guys, sorry about that. Little technical difficulties. That was part two, just responding to Bobby Cox's article on what happened to me in Colombia. I just wanted to say and wish Detective Marissa Bird and her partner Vasquez good luck. If you need a new job, you could work for me after I get my law degree. I will talk about that, or maybe you could do private security while I'm in Colombia, but that would be a joke. You probably get yourself shot or get myself.
He's still talking about being in Colombia. Okay. The brother we know has been kicked out of Colombia for 5 years. The Instagrammer. He's been kicked out of Colombia. He has to wait 5 years to come back. When he does come back, for those of you that didn't know, he has to have a visa now. Not just his passport. He has to have an approved visa application completed and approved by immigration in Colombia for him to even get into Colombia in 5 years. So we think that maybe it's a wrap for that brother, Chill Chapo. For those that don't know, this guy here, Colombia put him on 10 years. He can't come back to Colombia for 10 years, and he has to have an approved visa after 10 years to get back into Colombia. So just in case you guys are wondering, what was his scenario with Colombia? His is 10 years. He can't come back for 10 years to this country.
Killed. Anyway, so let's respond to the article by Mr. Cox about what happened to me in Colombia. Okay, so as everybody knows, I've been visiting Colombia for over 10 years. Two of my best friends got married there in Cartagena back in 2016. It's hard to believe that it's been 10 years since that wedding and the first visit to Colombia to Cartagena. now I'm kind of famous in Cartagena in the baseball world, okay? I'm well known as a guy who organizes baseball events, amateur baseball events, at one of their 2 stadiums, either Turbaco, Turbaco, which is kind of like 30 to 40 minutes outside Cartagena. Nice little baseball stadium. It's kind of like...
And thus far, he's correct. For those that don't know about Colombia, Colombia only has a minor baseball league, and it is around the outskirts of Cartagena. Mrs. Spence, can I get another cup of coffee? Only a few more minutes. Thank you, babe. Yeah, he can't come back to that time period, and he still needs a approved visa even after that. So he's right, the baseball area, and I did look at his photos on his Instagram and other platforms, and he's heavily into the baseball genre here in Colombia.
The movie Sandlot, kind of like it's got nice grass field and dirt and whatever. That's one of the stadiums, Turbaco. The other one is El Estadio Once de Noviembre, and that's like the professional stadium because in Cartagena, because Colombia has a professional baseball league. If you don't know the story, MIG, McVeigh International Group, was founded in 2019 because I was on a jog, a morning run in Medellin in the Poblado neighborhood. And I ended up at El Tesoro Mall. If you've ever been to Medellin, you know El Tesoro. It's like the most luxurious mall. Again, Medellin has very nice malls. So special shout out to the mayor, Federico. How you doing, buddy? Hola, ¿cómo estás, papi? Hope you're watching. No, the mayor does a great job, and I don't know. Well,
this idiot trying to act like he cool with the mayor. When the mayor, we just watched the mayor say, we kicked this fool out of our country.
I don't want to disclose too much personal information, but I have friends in the mayor's office, attorneys with the mayor's office. But anyway, I digress. So I end up at El Tesoro. If you ever go to Medellin, check out the malls, El Tesoro, Oviedo, Santa Fe, Viva, and Envigado. Okay. El Tesoro is the nicest mall. I think they have like a hotel there. They have an amusement park. Obviously.
You notice he's rambling on about everything except for why he got kicked out the country. This video, he just posted this once he landed back in the States.
A food court, all the luxury brand shops, which had a store at the time in 2019. It was like lids with all different hats, and I go in there and I see these hats at the bottom. Like, they have all the NFL hats, MLB hats, NBA hats. And I see these hats at the bottom, and I don't recognize their colors or their logos. And I asked the guy in Spanish, I said, what is this? And he said, this is Colombia's professional baseball league. I go, get out of here. There's baseball in Colombia? And, at the time, I was just like a baseball fan. Obviously, I've been a diehard Yankees fan my entire life, growing up in Westchester, going to games in the Bronx as a kid, and in high school and college and post-college when the Yankees were winning World Series with those legendary teams led by Captain Derek Jeter and, Jorge Posada, CC Sabathia, Bernie Williams. I could go on and on. But my point is, I see these hats, and I learned that Colombia has a professional baseball league.
Fast forward.
And education projects when I visit schools. When I received the grant from Fund for Teachers in 2017, she helped coordinate visits to different schools, public and private, in Medellin. So if you want more information on my research and my work from my Fund for Teachers grant, in 2017 by Fund for Teachers at the Dalio Foundation. Ray Dalio's wife, forget her name, nice lady, does a lot of philanthropy, education work in Connecticut, and I wish she would branch out, Dalio's, I wish she would branch out, help me to help the Colombian kids, the Latino kids in Medellin and Cartagena and Barranquilla, and the Venezuelan kids that play baseball because they come from so much poverty. But anyway, ironically, I applied for another grant this year because you could apply for grants with Fund for Teachers as long as you're a teacher, and you can do it every 5 years. And so I applied for one. in January. The deadline was like the.
So he's saying this year he applied for a grant. I sound like I hear a man that's about to justify why he went to 3 different schools this past week. But he's not going to tell you why they had to do a citywide alert, why they had to put him on a plane, why the mayor had to do a video. He's not going to tell you into that. He's not going to tell you that he's off his rocker.
3rd week in January, and it was similar to the project I did in 2017 when I visited schools in Colombia. I wanted to go to Spain, or go back to Spain. That's where I did my semester abroad. And I wanted to go to Madrid and Barcelona and maybe another city or two and do a similar study, kind of go into some middle schools and high schools, public, maybe a few private, and interview the Spanish teachers and the assistant principal and talk to them and learn about pedagogy, Spanish instruction. And you guys might say, oh, Dr. McVeigh, why do you want to do that? You've done that before in 2017. You're a great Spanish teacher. Yeah, that's true. But I could teach anybody who wants to learn Spanish, like I did. Like, you know, I'm a white gringo. If you want to learn Spanish, I could teach you Spanish, no problem. But how do I teach Spanish to those who are native speakers? To those who are from Colombia, to those who are from the Dominican Republic, or who are growing up here in the United States, in New Rochelle, and your mother's from Cuba, or your father's from Peru or the DR, and you know you're Latino. I'm not Latino, although my great-great-grandfather was from Spain, Madrid. Don't tell anybody. So maybe I'm like 0.2% and 2% Latino. Well, that's not even Latino. I'm sorry. If you're Spain, that's European. It's interesting. Huh. You know, when you take those surveys, or you take the SATs, or you're in grad school, or you're filling out something for voter registration, you got to check off your race. Are you white, Caucasian? Are you black, Negro? Or, excuse me, African American? Are you Spanish, Latino? Spain is not Latino. Latin America is everything outside of Spain.
I'm not going to waste you guys' time. We've been here for 3.5 hours. I think we've gotten a point. He's a justifier. He's a spinster that likes to spin the narrative. He's the type of dude that says that he is an unlisted ex-Navy SEAL. Yeah, one of those type dudes. One of those type of dudes. We're going to let this crazy dude go. But I just want to let you guys see who was it that was getting on that plane to be shipped back to the United States with your boy, Chill Chapo. And once you discovered who it was, that Chill Chapo situation seems like child's play. It seemed irrelevant. My brother says this, shout to you. And I think these two guys were talking to each other. He said, I get it. I agree with you. He said, but I'm just saying they lump us all together, whether we like it or not. No, they lump y'all together. They lump y'all together. Chapo, even Austin's boy, they don't see us as individuals. They see us as Americans. They lump y'all together. Why did I say that? It's not just coming at what you just said. That was a great statement that you made. I've learned from watching social media and mainstream media, these countries aren't stupid. I want to say that again. They know the difference between American pookies and Americans that are serious about their country. I don't have to walk through Colombia with my head hang low because of something Pookie did. They know. They've got too many investigators in all these countries, too many cameras in all these countries. There are too many of us on social media. They know. Here's the problem with Americans. We think other countries do to us what we do to other countries. See, we lump people in categories. Do we not say in America, ask the average black mama, cousin, family member about a Latino? You mean the Mexicans? You mean the Mexicans? Not Colombianos. Not Argentinians, not Brazilians, not Haitians, not Dominicans, not Cubans. All these were Latin communities I just mentioned. But in America, what do black people say? What do white people say? Them dang Mexicans. We do that to people. We do that. We think that all Italians are mafioso. We do that. We think all Asian people are either excellent in math or kung fu jiu-jitsu masters. We do that. So we assume that other countries lump us as one. And I thought it too. I kid you not, I thought the same thing. Until I started experiencing. Your experience in Colombia is completely different from mine. And it's not because I go to this location or I don't know. The type of people that see me on a regular basis, see T Max, see Will, and a lot of you other guys on a regular basis, they recognize who or what type of Americans or foreigners go to this particular location and who and what type of Americans go to that particular location. Stop acting like Brazilians are stupid, as dumb as Americans are, by putting everybody in the same category. We do that. I'm gonna say this again. We do that. Brazilians know who the Pookies and Ray Rays are, and who are the Americans that have been living down there for years and no issues. The El Guapos, if you will, when he was going down there. Thailand. You think Thailand can't tell the difference between you Pookies that get in trouble in Thailand and Richie Mack and all the other positive brothers that are in Thailand? Y'all don't think they could tell the difference? Y'all don't think they could tell the difference in the Philippines between the brothers that are like Ronin travelers and all the other dudes that go to Philippines on party mode? You don't think they can tell the difference? You think they cluster all of everybody together, huh? If the Americans did it, huh? No, we do that. We do that. We cluster people in races, in cultures, in cities. Hey man, don't trust them Philadelphia dudes. Don't trust them B-more dudes. We do that. So since we do that, we have a bad habit of thinking that everybody else does the same thing to us that we do to them. And that's one of the problems about being born American. That's one of the problems about being born American. We think everybody thinks like us, and they don't. And I'll sit back and I'll see Americans talk about us differently. Just like we have people that complain about us on YouTube. Oh, Andre and Andrea, man, nobody want to get married, right? I hear people complain. I also hear people that don't know that I'm watching their live streams and stuff like that on Instagram or TikTok. I saw a brother the other day. I was just watching them on TikTok, just minding my business. And they were talking about this situation with Chill Chopper. And I'm just minding my business. They don't even know that I'm in the audience. I'm just sitting there, right? I haven't typed anything. See, you need to be more like Andre and Andrea down there in Cali. And over the years, we've heard that a lot from people that we didn't know that even knew us. Content creators we didn't even know that knew that we existed. You need to be more like Andre and I. What's my point? People know the difference between a Pookie, Ray Ray, Paw and them, and us good dudes, all of us good dudes and good women that travel to these other countries. So I'm going to end it with this. As an American, we will most likely always cluster people because that's what we were trained to do until we leave America. But that's what we're trained to do. And it's not a bad thing. It's just an American thing. We mentally cluster people. Even when people in Medellin complain about gringos, you ever notice that they're not talking about just Americans? Gringos coming down here impacting the prices. Colombians mean any gringo from any country that's not doing anything to help the country. Doesn't matter where you're from, you might be hurting the country. But we as Americans cluster ourselves and say, they're talking about all of us Americans that come here. No, they're not. They're not. Why? Because they don't think like us. And we got to stop thinking that every country thinks like us. That's the beauty of cultures and customs and other countries. You discover everybody's not like us. There's a little westernized seasoning in most of these countries. Yeah, I agree with that. We impact people with our movies and social media, things like that, mainstream media. But that doesn't mean that in the grand scheme of certain countries, everybody's the same. We'll do that to Colombian women. They all pay for play. Every one of those Colombian women, they're pay for play. At least 90% of them, right? That's because how we think. But if somebody came to our country and said 90% of the women in the United States, because they went to Las Vegas, check it out, because they went to Las Vegas and experienced pay for play and they left America and they say 90% of American women are pay for play, we look at them like they were crazy. And you'd be like, dude, where'd you go? I went to Vegas and all the women were just selling me. I'm like, dude, that's only a fraction of America. That's not even a fraction of a fraction. No, 90% of all Americans are paid for. And you're like, dude, I'm telling you, it's not that. But I went to Vegas. Yeah, that was Vegas. And most of the people that work on the outskirts and around the city of Vegas aren't part of the strip, dude. They don't even come to the strip. Most people that live in Vegas don't even come to the strip. Dude. All of Vegas is not pay for play. And all of the United States is not pay for play. But if somebody said that, we look at them crazy. But since we cluster people as Americans, we think that not only all or if not most of Medellin is pay for play, we think the whole 21 million women in Colombia are pay for play. And we'll say it out loud. We might be wrong. We're definitely wrong, but that's how we think as Americans, man. And you guys can go in the comment section and tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, but I watch us. I watch us closer now that I'm outside the United States. I really study Americans. I study Americans more than I ever have. While you're inside of the boiling water, you don't notice it. But once you're outside of the boiling water, you sit back and you watch the pot closely. And you watch the water boil. You watch the water boil. But while you're in the midst of it, you don't notice that. Shout out to my brother DB. He said, now if you said 75% of Americans, I might want to believe that. The way in this pay for play culture, seriously, this pay for play hookup culture that's going on in this station, you might be a little bit right, you know. He said, once I mentioned that I'm visiting a friend or mentor in Cali that has been married over 5 years, they just stamped the passport and let me go in and out of immigration. That's it. That's it. They know all of us aren't out on on madness mode, on party mode. They know that. So give these countries a little bit of grace that they aren't like us. We better be. I'm going to end it with this. I said I was going to end it with something else, but I'm going to end this live stream with this until we go to the. I'm off tomorrow. I'm going to end this live stream with this. We better be happy that these other countries don't cluster us mentally like we do them. We better be happy that they don't just look at us and assume things about us the way we look at other cultures, especially when they come to our country and assume things about them. We assume that all Middle Easterners are this particular way. All Islamics are that particular way. We assume everybody from Italy must be part of the mafioso, or they must be boxing like Rocky. We automatically assume things about people. We think all Asian people are Kung Fu masters or mad scientists with mathematics. We do that. We cluster people. We better be glad that people don't cluster us. That when people see us in Europe, they feel sorry for us, like, man, y'all President Trump, yeah, I know. Yeah. We've been keeping y'all in prayer. There are Europeans that will say, we're keeping y'all in prayer. Not, your president is Trump. You one of those Americans. They don't do that. They don't do that in Colombia. When y'all saw a Colombian shun y'all for being an American under this Trump regime? What about in Thailand? Philippines, y'all been shunned because y'all Trump? Nope. Nobody puts you in clusters. But let somebody land in our country and they have certain clothing garbs that they wear in their country and they wear it in our country. We put them all in a cluster and we all judge them. And any American that's saying that they don't, you are a liar. We do that because we were trained to do that. And now many of us are untraining ourselves. Don't get me wrong. Many of us are traveling to other countries and we understand the why, how people dress, why people eat certain foods, why people have certain cultures and customs, because we've traveled. But for the average American, we cluster people. We do. Zeta said this. He said, I know 2 Asians. He said, one that are terrible at math, doesn't eat rice, and yes, isn't, and he say, and yes, it's exit guys or exist guys. Yes, sir. I know Colombians that can't salsa at all, and they live in Cali. They got 2 left feet. This is the capital of salsa music. They teach salsa in 1st grade, 2nd grade, 3rd grade in this city. And there are people that cannot salsa dance at all. But as Americans, we cluster people. Shout out to you guys for being here this evening. Hopefully my Raiders do good this season, right? And for all the guys from last night, I did look up some Silver Surfer statues to go with in my man cave for when we purchase our home. Some really nice ones, man. So Silver Surfer, man cave, statues to go along with my silver and gold Oakland Raiders theme or Vegas Raiders theme. You say facts, Dre. Good live. I'm glad this live was fun, man. This was fun for us. I told y'all that, hey, this was gonna be a good one. Shout out to my man, the official one, Kobe, in the building. Shout out to Kobe being in the building. He said a Cali Colombian that can't salsa. He said that's actually what I know, right? I know. That is wild. But shout out to you guys. Let's get ready for let's do a couple outro videos tonight. Let's do a couple of outro videos. I'm going to do some new ones in the next up and coming weeks. But let's do some, so let's start with the Blasian chicks.
We can do better. We could be chasing dreams. We know what's right, and we know how it feels. Yeah, we can do better. We can make a change for real. Yeah, we can do a lot better. We can be facing fears. We know what's up, and we know how to get there. Yeah, we can be stars. We can be the best. Just put us to the test and we'll show the world there's another way. If we just try a little every day, we can make it better. We can do better. We can be setting goals. We understand right down to the soul that we can do better. We can have a heart of gold. So let's step it up. Step it up. Step it up. We could be making moves. We know what time it is, and we know just what to do. Yeah, we could be on top. You know it's true. If we just give ourselves a chance, we can show the world everything's gonna be okay. We just got to try a little every day, and we can make it better. Yeah, 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 yeah. We can make it better.
I could take a break from this world. Running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna be a lost girl and like a bird, feel my wings spread, levitate above the ground and make eye contact with clouds. Now I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. Finally, finally, I wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. Finally, I always stay dreaming, never imagined I lose my spark. Living in this crazy time, putting back the pieces of my mind. I know how to